blocking an
my
unsaving
concoction
cooldown.
of
You really can't
vitamin
force
C.
a whole team to play around that one-shot combo 24/7, so they are finding ways to make changes as we get into the game right now, folks.
Jesus.
Citadel versus Ground Zero. Let's get to it.
Okay, chat,
And
first
as
game of
you
the day.
say
Let's
that,
see
we
it.
do see the Venom off the rip here for Zen. They are going to be running that dive composition with FMCL. Zen, Duep on the mag, and here we go. The portal kidnap.
Oh, they kidnapped someone.
Yes, a few come through. Enzo tries to make the play, does not just yet as Ken's going to take out Maddie, and that's a nice start to the fight here for Citadel, who will be up in numbers, trying to push forward to the point. 7 seconds on.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much space kind of being created by the side of Citadel, right, kind of flanking FMCL, also ready to go on that
they have the Black
But let's see
Panther.
what happens in
Interesting.
this fight, double dash through, no eliminations yet, Chip. And right now, he's back around two. He got one. Actually, Ken goes down during that fight. He's got the spears off, got the reset, able to take him down. Removing Ken is huge as well because that's the guy that's sort of peeling for Alex, and now he's going to go down to FMC as well. So both backline removed immediately to the Black Panther. And we were talking about Venom earlier, obviously making his debut yet again here.
Ground Zero off that play there, really finding value. FMCL.
Wow,
like
I forgot.
And they do win that
I forgot,
fight and
like,
get
the
point after
tanks for
15%
GZ
for
are actually
Talk
really
about getting the
insane.
point first and then stalling, but
Zen
you only hold
Starry
15%.
and Duet,
That is not what you're looking
those
for.
guys
It's
are
essentially like first point
scary,
grab here
bro.
for Ground Zero.
But I mean,
Another
same
reason why this
for
Black Panther can do so
CTG
well is
too.
because of the ban phase. Ground Zero getting rid of Phoenix, that removes a lot of that peel for the backline too. Phoenix known, or a very good character at dealing with Black Panther, able to stun with your E, make sure that Black Panther can't get as much value. So really smart job by Ground Zero to kind of think about the entire macro of this game.
FMCL, Tremble before
he didn't
Do we
get
see
that
a follow-up?
person, though.
Yes,
Oh,
now
wait, he
goes
did.
Ken. Look for
Oh,
Ken.
my
Enzo
God.
and Pokey go down. FMCL showcasing why this Panther may need to get taken out before this map.
Oh, my
finds
God.
Zen and Nami onto Tanuki, but numbers still very much up here for Ground Zero.
An amazing play by FMCL, man. I mean, just kind of dashing back through, ghost dashing, as Necros likes to talk about it. So that guy is incredible, FMCL, in the Australian region. There's so many good players here, and FMCL definitely debuting Y, and that's why Black Panther has been so good. They're swapping to Iron Fist now. Citadel trying to look for a solution, but I really think, Shiv, that Phoenix ban is prohibiting Citadel from winning any fights in the future.
Great call there. You do see the switch up, like you had mentioned, to the fist. You got to play high sense gaming here when you're using something like Panther. Up we go with the end song, looking for a play together. Damage boost comes through. Bang, down goes Ken.
Oh, hey, TPK's Poppy, are you excited or nervous about today's match? Today's match for 100 Thieves is going to be a good one.
Pauly, and they're still holding on with 80%.
Yeah, this has been such a dominant fight. Enzo resets, jumps off the map. I mean, they want to do the captain.
I haven't seen so much of GZ, but
play here. We'll see if a spawn camp comes through. The spawns are just so far away as well.
Man,
Shiv.
my prediction.
90% of the board now. The Iron Fist has to touch, but right now,
scared about my prediction.
Citadel just aren't finding a solution, especially the fact that Citadel in general don't really have. Well, they know how to play Black Panther, right? So that's tough.
Okay.
Oh, Taquito, how you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you
again. Are you kidding me? They are going to find more value and make this play at 99%.
They already got 2-3 kills. They got 3 kills already, bro. There's no way they're going to touch this.
What an insane set of plays by Ground Zero, who are looking lights out against Citadel.
And if you guys don't know,
go to round 1 for Ground Zero.
If you guys don't know, remember Citadel CTG is Berber Patapim, which is rank 1 on EU. So EMEA, sorry. The rank 1 EMEA team is in the lower bracket right now, fighting for their life.
What's going on is they don't have enough stuns, right?
Yeah.
We saw about that's why in general, like when we see the side of Phoenix, right? You just be able to get the stuns off. You can do whatever you want. With Citadel, they don't have anything against that. I mean, you could play the Bucky, and you look. Citadels trying to figure out something, right? Do they want to play the Adam Warlock triple res composition? I believe
I could show you, Yell Break.
We could potentially.
I mean, I can show you right now since we're in the thing. So if you look right here, I think CTG is going to win this matchup.
Right now, Ground Zero,
2-3.
Domination.
I think Rad is going to win against OUG 3-1, and Envy against 100 Thieves. I'm taking 100 Thieves winning 3-2.
Until the next match, where everybody's going to come back with a ton of overhead out there. But yeah, I mean, I do agree. I don't think this may have been a banning phase win here for the side of Ground Zero, getting rid of that low.
And then the fourth match is whoever wins between CTG and GZ and Rad.
As they press forward,
and
you have the portal again from Enzo. Kind of bit them in the last map because they were unable to use that teleport back to point. Here we go with the teleport portal. Does it get a cap? It does not, but they do make a play off it still as Maddie goes down.
Yeah, they soul bomb, they dash in, maybe not expecting the triple res composition, and that's just going to be a cleanup, I think, now onto Ground Zero. I mean, obviously, ultimate's out by FMCL. He's still trying to clutch it up, but you build up the ult so quick, you might as well just toss him out there, Shib, and Honestly, yeah, like you said, this might be a ban phase
Res
situation
comp
that
against
happened.
a
Also,
dive
Citadel,
comp.
they were still deciding in the upcoming round what to play, right? You saw them hover over Winter Soldier, kind of figure things out. But right now for Citadel, they're thinking that they're just going to play super aggressive, play this triple res composition, and just kind of get things going with that Star-Lord.
Yep, and Duep going to find Tanuki. They do have 12% on us. This is a similar story here. The reses are going to come through as Tanuki's back in the map. But remember, that we'll have some time before that comes back around. The fight starts in the tight angles. There is going to be the Eternal Bond. Press them forward all the way through the point. Nami up in the sky, waiting
Just
out time.
T-posing there.
In this moment, they're going to try to burst, and down it goes. Nami not able to land that yet. That is great focus there as they proceed to hold. Eye of Agamotto goes out here for Enzo. Doesn't look like it landed. Good idea. But sticks
SM, yeah, no, the Black Panther, Jet. The Black Panther is just crazy.
Alex, Nami onto Pokey, Duep onto Ken now. Are you kidding? Ground zero. But 41% here as they clean up.
I want to
the
see this
rest
guy's stats.
Of Citadel is still holding on 50, and they're retaking with these reses as Pokey brings back Enzo Alex, and another, they're still back, holding on. Numbers roughly even. It's all about stalling now, and that's the name of the game here on Domination.
Tanuki didn't get rezzed. Tanuki was too far, because I mean, the comic revival, I mean, you chases out the Adam Warlock, and you can kind of find him that way, but here comes the Star-Lord Galactic Legend in the sky. Pokey as well goes down. Same thing with Ken, man. It's just kind of flipping on its head. They're stalling it out at least for Citadel.
Wow.
Maybe time in the bank, but
nope,
70% on the board. We'll see how they do against Ground Zero on Black Panther because, as you know, Shiv,
they still stalled it to 68%. That's good. That was a long
you're
stall.
looking to get roughly 70%. I mean, you know, you typically want to try to get 80. It guarantees a one fight, at least for the most part, unless a portal really clutches up at the last moment. So 68 may not be enough. It could potentially lead to 3, but it would be tough. So
they're on the
Zero
thing now. Yeah, I think they need a protector backline. Yep, like that.
Like that
too. This guy's disgusting.
Built a little bit different as Nami finds Paulie Duet onto Enzo and FMCL again onto Ken. Are you kidding me? Finding so many finals here.
Yeah, FMCL is him, man. I mean, one of the best Australian players. The whole team has just been rallying around him, and I think it's tough because if you give Nami the Phoenix,
not
FMCL
that Christine. Appreciate us for 5 months.
So much done.
How you doing?
And right now,
I need to learn to play Black Panther, chat. This guy's making Black Panther look so fun to play.
They know the counter because they play so much Black Panther and Nami with a shutdown on top of the Feast of the Abyss. And Shiv, Ground Zero look phenomenal right now. Their dives are so clean. They might even overtake in terms of percentage on the board right now for Ground Zero.
Yeah, ultimate advantage in terms of strap
GZ
line.
is really good at comboing
just slightly up here for Citadel, but I mean, you can see Ground Zero at least still having that dance floor ready. Maddie likely going to have it by the end of the fight, but we are going to proceed forward with the teleport off the rip here. Will they be able to maintain time? 70% still for Citadel, and 72 here for the side of Ground Zero.
Yeah, 72% right now, going for that meteor.
Oh, I turned it up to 23.
Eating it towards Alex, and oh no, Duep again. I mean, that's the second time this tournament he's hit such a sky shot on the backside of the map, and he's trying to clean things up. Enzo onto Maddie, able to trade it back. Same thing with Tanuki and King Bob, but damage wasn't actually fully done. FMCL
Can I get a W for Emily, chat?
No more healers are in the fight. The constant
No, they went to the thing, but I think they got off the thing to go TP to point.
Fight now 70% of the board, still kind of progressing with ultimates as well. Actually, Citadel
Emily's going to take over the stream a lot because I gotta
into this tournament, back
blow
into
my
this
nose
match
and all that stuff
specifically,
occasionally.
as they already crossed the 80% mark. Take the point back, Ground Zero now. Kind of trying to come back into it with that Black Panther composition. Trying to play it slow. Citadel, obviously, wanting to go kind of aggressive. They have Tanuki back now on the Black Panther, but he gets stiffed by FMCL. Are you kidding me? The Australian Black Panther taking out Tanuki, who is known as one of the best PPs in the world. Eye of Agamotto connects onto so many, and they're all shut down by Citadel.
Wait, Tanuki is running the Black Panther now. Ooh.
And you can maybe stall it out for Doctor Strange portal. They didn't use it.
Black Panther versus Black Panther. I think this is the first time we've seen this, chat.
This has to come quickly for Ground Zero.
And we start again here, FMCL trying to press forward once more. Will they be able to retake this? Ult's up for the side of Ground Zero. FMCL out of Ken. Nami finds another. Pokey going to bring the res back. That's Starry onto Tanuki. And Enzo going to find Nami. Trading back and forth as Pokey brings back Tanuki. Maddie onto Enzo again. Can we see them hold on? Paulie, Tanuki. They are on this Panther match back. And they want this to bring this to map 3. Can they get it done? I'm not sure, as they are panicking now. Overtime is ticking, but it looks like Ground Zero do have the space. Alex gonna pop off with the Eternal Bond.
Jay's immune system is garbage. That's not true.
Yeah, will they be able to play off it?
good peel from King Bob there, keeping alive.
How do you strengthen your immune
of
system?
Maddie last second to make
I'm
sure
just
he
gonna
can
go to
build
the
that
gym and
eternal
start
bomb.
licking
So
dumbbells and
really good work from
barbells.
King Bob, and they're able to take it back. So maybe they're coming back into this fight. I mean, earlier on, the resets coming through from Tanuki, but they're staying alive on Ground Zero side until now. Tanuki with the 2 eliminations coming back through, showing why he maybe is the Black Panther and not FMCL.
Yeah, that is a clean retake there for the side of
we get
Citadel,
another round, chat. It's 1-1. Exercise,
like said,
sleep,
not
and
afraid to
sun.
run
Not
that
too much
Panther
in diet.
either.
But I feel like my
Excuse me,
diet's
Tanuki
gotten better
is
ever since
very strong.
I mean, this is
we
a matchup.
started dating
This
and
is the
I
matchup
stopped
everyone wants.
DoorDashing,
Everyone wants
and
to see
you know,
FMCL versus Tanuki on Black Panther. We know
strongest
in the
I've ever
Stage
been.
1, Ignite series, we saw Tanuki pop off.
And
on
I
Black
don't get that
Panther.
much
He was
sun
the first
now.
guy to play a lot of Black Panther.
Yeah.
In
You're a
professional
gamer? That's your answer?
tournament. There's a lot of really
No,
good Black
man.
Panthers in the world.
That is
we
not
know
a good
Self
answer.
is one of them. Rymasa can play it. There's so many other players that play such a high level Black Panther. In Australia, they also apparently have FMCL who can also do it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like that exciting matchup that we all wanted to see. You know, two phenomenal Black Panther players go against each other, because we already know how much places like Reddit, social media really don't like Black Panther players.
Sure.
You know, a lot of the pro players are like, man, you know, oh, they're trolling. You know, maybe Black Panther's not that good. But you know, at the end of the day, you go for these hard engages, hard dives, get those resets. This character can be absolutely lethal, and sometimes you don't have a lot you can do reaction-wise.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier.
If you had to go pee, you had to take it all off?
Correct. Like when you're playing Panther, if you have that ability to 180 very fast, it's so difficult
that's
to react.
wild.
It's almost,
I would
you know, it's
not
almost
like
too quick
that.
to even sometimes hit a Loki crystal out and just before you get bursted.
I had
So
a question.
yeah, very
I forgot.
scary in the right hands. But we will see Ken here going to be on the Jet.
Oh, yeah,
We
you're
have an
gonna take over
Ultron
the stream.
Jet
I
lineup
gotta go pee
with
again.
Rocket.
I'm, like,
Very
drinking so
different
much
looking here
liquids.
for Citadel as we push to map 3. Tanuki going to find FMCL Enzo onto Nami now, and that is 2 numbers up here for Citadel, who do want this point early to ease themselves in and feel more comfortable as Ken finds a 3rd up heavily in numbers now, and the point should go their way.
Wait, they
Yeah,
got
they're
off
gonna
the
get Victor
BPs.
Hart. I mean,
Yeah,
the pace of play by
actually,
Citadel
I don't
is
think
huge,
BPs go
allowing
in
their
this map.
strategists to also
The other
rotate.
two maps
Alex
is
is, by the
insane.
way, over to Rocket Raccoon as well. So they have these reses, and they know that Ground Zero has to kind of go for these res beacons, right? Go back for that BRB. And right now, Citadel will probably collapse on the situations like that because they have this triple strategist composition, that triple strategist lineup to peel for both Nami and FMCL. So this rotation in terms of characters played is huge. FMCL was forced to swap over to the Psylocke because he's getting marked so heavily by the entirety of Citadel.
I couldn't agree more, and here we go again as the Rage of Ultron from Pokey goes up on to the back line. There is going to be a couple.
Oh my God!
Duep, are you
In
kidding
the
me? But it doesn't
sky!
match. It's
Oh
Enzo
my
finds
fucking
Ed
God,
Starry,
chat!
and
He
that is a
LeBron
nice
James fucking
evening
dunked on him
of
in
the
the
scoreboard,
sky.
but Ground Zero
Oh
still heavily
my
up in offense.
God!
What an insane ultimate. They could bring it back. Nami lands down, breaks all the shields, but can they find the elimination chip? It's going to be so close here on the backside. Here comes the Legendary. The Galactic Legend from Tanuki able to get 1, but Enzo traded up by FMCL. Can he find more? Tanuki with another one.
Tanuki's
Can
popping
they
off.
find a 3rd? Not just yet because the Turtle Bond is out.
I don't think
to the side of
GZ.
Ground
No,
Zero.
I don't think
That is
GZ should have used that
60% roughly
that
here. If they
snail
can keep
shell.
holding and stalling for as long as possible. I think they will be able
they're not going to win
at
that
this
fight.
point, but
I think they're
you know,
just
still
wasting
holding. Yeah,
ults.
there it goes. Right about at 60. So well played here for the side of Citadel. Ground Zero does not have ult advantage in this next fight. Did have to commit a ton there just to even get close to this fight, but they still don't even have point yet. They're maintaining this off-angle positioning. They can't even get in there as there's just too much to deal with. Nami got to find Pokey. Polly got to find Nami saying, no, I want to keep these numbers even. Once again, Polly onto Zen Starry, and they are still up. These fights are wild.
Absolutely wild. Back and
Yeah,
forth. I mean,
bro,
the pressure
this-
is still
I feel
on
like
Ground
they're
Zero.
just-
They don't
they're
have
just
that objective.
staggering,
You called out
chat.
leadership. This is the advantage of getting
They're
that
just
point close. I mean,
staggering.
they're nearly capping out, especially if they lose member after member, right? You have to find 2-for-1 trades, and that's not going to happen. Two eliminations right on the first
Ground
round
Zero
of Ground
staggered
Zero,
that
send them
whole
back to
fucking
spawn,
map.
and that
That
should all
whole
but secure
map
the
they
point unless
staggered.
this portal was here from Zenzari, which it is, so they still have a chance, but they lost both of their strategists early on. They need to build these ults quickly.
Yeah, you can see ult advantage again for Citadel. At this point, the portal play comes in. This is going to be tough for Ground Zero to retake this position. I mean, it is going to be very difficult. The numbers are up again. Citadel maintaining positioning. Up we go. Will this land? Duep has been finding a ton of success, but not this time. King Bob bringing out the dance floor, holding on to fate of both worlds. Great range here. Ken showcasing the power of the Jeff, especially in hallway-based maps like this. Up in the sky we go. Galactic Legend going to put a bunch of damage out, but it doesn't do too much. The magic's out, but it doesn't last long as FMCL goes down. Tanuki, the switch in composition here for Citadel is huge brain, and it is really working for them as they hold on to map 3 and try to clutch this up 100-0. Whip onto Ken. Polly onto Maddie, though. Still even. And we see Story
they're
now
actually
onto
still
Enzo.
fighting here.
Nami onto Alex. The res comes back from Alex with the BRB. Enzo still holding. And oh, the Dugs at Story. Pokey gets two.
No,
Enzo
wow.
on his end.
Nope,
I mean,
CTG first map.
That ultimate, I mean,
That was a
nobody else
great.
here to peel. I mean, Nami's trying his hardest.
Nah, I think
fight,
GZ's
but the
they staggered that whole. As soon as I saw that Cloakle, I was like, nope, they should have just reset, take a whole new fight.
Every character that can't be dope.
Yeah.
I mean, there's on the opposite side, you can't play Black Panther anymore because nobody can get picked off, right? You have Rocket Raccoon, the double dash away. You have Jeff to drive away as well. You would think, okay, maybe with the characters they're playing,
CTG just won with the Animal Crossing backline almost. They were literally running Jeff, and they were running.
There's no diveable characters. That really
Rocket Raccoon
kind of enables them to pop off, right? A lot of teams, I think, are not willing to think like that, right? They're just like, okay, Luna's so strong, we got to play Luna Snow, but you can't peel on Luna Snow, or you can't live if you're being hard focused. There's not a lot of abilities to kind of live, whereas Rocket Raccoon has 2 dashes, you can climb up things, very annoying on Domination. This might be the future of the meta. Citadel's ahead of the curve.
I think that's a great call. I do think you need to rotate. I mean, this goes back to the conversation around
Jay, have you played Season 3.5, or will you get to play when you're back home? I did the preseason, so as a content creator, we do get to see the season like a week before it happens. So I did content on that already, but I think I'm actually going to play the game when I get back home. So I think, yeah, I'm just going to play the game when I get back home.
Around in 2, and then things started really looking more in the favor of Citadel. But, I mean, map 3 was just
I gotta blow my nose check. Give me 1 second. Yo,
Yeah,
Moist
Citadel's a
Shoulders,
scary
reach around
team,
about
man.
100
I think
bits.
this
My
might be one of the- even
They
though
understand
they
this
lost
game so
earlier on
much,
in
they
the
got
tournament,
stomped
this
first
might
round
be
and adapted
one
so
of
quickly.
the best
True.
teams in the entire region. Actually, no, they didn't lose, right? So they won their series. I'm trying to remember, but Citadel, such a good team, man. Like, this team is so clean across the board. I mean, they have really good dives, but apparently today they're showing that they know how to change up and kind of adapt to a team that is good at diving.
Yeah, no, they did lose initially, the very first game against Envy, and that was went to Game 5, but the final map, right? Like, it was as far as it possibly could have gone, and that was just, you know, that was, like I said, for me, it was like a finals match. I was having so much fun just witnessing that, so they definitely have the potential to push this the whole way. I truly do think this team could make it to the finals with the lower side bracket.
Yeah, and that's a good point. I mean, today's going to be Elimination Day, right?
Yeah. Chat, have you guys ever, like, drank so much liquids when you're sick that you just gotta pee, like, every 2 seconds?
USD for first
I'm
place.
drinking my vitamin C. I'm drinking hot
the
water so I can clear my stuff.
This team, I think you're right. Citadel is
Jay,
so
my nose is getting more red. Yeah, it's because I'm blowing my nose.
It looks like they have good dives, but the adaptations just didn't come through fast enough.
Sure.
And Citadel, this is what we talked about. You talked about in terms of flexibility. That's what enables them to kind of sustain.
Who won the first map?
long-term in
CTG.
these sort of back and forth matches, especially on Domination, because it can happen so quickly.
Yeah.
You need to adapt between rounds, and sometimes it's just a full all-in play, and you got to commit.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, I think, I don't know, man. I'm not sure
yeah,
what the solution
my
is
throat's
here for
fine.
Ground Zero.
It's just that it's like I feel like a lot of pressure like behind my nose and like I guess in my ears.
Yeah.
So my curiosity is, you know, it's funny because I do think FMCL was almost not hard banned out, but he was banned out. The Wolverine was banned out.
Because when you're sick, you're trying to hydrate more because your body's trying to flush itself out.
Having conversations with Liger and the team in general. FMCL's a melee hero, folks. We saw him switch over to Magic at the end. Not sure how I feel about that completely, although
I'm peeing a lot.
Believe it or not, you can actually find a lot of value with Magic, taking out flyers with combinations as long as you can really land that dash, because it does leave them vulnerable for a full combination rotation, which takes them out. So there is potential there. I like the idea. I think it was more Ultron focused, but I just don't know if that was the switch at the end.
No, I mean, I think right now I'm starting to
it's not your fault.
I'm formulating the opinion that this game, I think, you know, a lot of people over-prioritize, you know, strategist ultimates, right?
Yeah.
Like Luna Snow, like Invisible Woman. They're like, oh, guys, the ult is so OP,
you
it's
have,
so
like,
strong. You know, lasts 8 seconds, and it can be just like forever that you're in this strategist ultimates.
Got mad respect for commentary guys. How much you could yap and make some it makes some sense. It's a skill. It's a skill. It's definitely a skill.
Luna Snow, then the likes of Invisible Woman, because they're such an easy dive target. Their ults, yes, you could say are slightly worse, but sometimes it's about winning those neutral fights and not getting picked off.
Wow, GZ actually, if you look at the chat, I'm gonna make myself small. If you look at the stats, look at this: 21 kills, 12 kills, 12 kills, 13 kills. They got so many kills, but like they won. They just rolled. I think GZ, yeah, they kind of.
right now, I think Citadel's ahead of the curve, and this is going to be
kind
an
of
incredibly exciting map number 2 because
staggered
how
way
that
too much,
how
in
Celestial
my
is playing.
opinion.
Yeah, I do like, honestly, Rocket, even with that res, right? If you have that BRB, the dive, the initial
Okay,
pick,
here, I'm
dive
gonna
really
leave it to you for a
focuses on
second.
that
Okay,
initial
chat,
pick.
I'm gonna go
Really
pee.
over
Give me
the
1
MVP.
second.
Poly
Who would you ban for
there,
next round? If it's a
popping
good
off,
Black Panther
switching over the
map,
map
I would
at
probably
some
ban
points with
BP.
a ton of damage and 26 KOs.
And we know Paulie as that sort of Captain America player, so it's
And
fun.
Emma, yeah.
And Emma, so I think a lot of teams are actually prioritizing their mouse and keyboard players on Magneto instead of Enzo. So
Jay,
right now,
who's
for
your
Paulie,
favorite
we'll see
commentator?
what happens if he
Emily,
kind of maintains
Tangerine. I'm
him on
kidding.
Magneto and stuff. Same thing on 100 Thieves. They put Vinny
Who's your favorite
over to that
commentator?
Magneto,
Would
and
it be-
that's sort of been a
would it be
huge
Noodle?
change,
Because
that they're putting
Noodle's
more of
a
these control players
yapper.
on
She's always
divers
going,
and stuff and onto the side of Venom and the heroes like that. So Paulie, known for his
Whoa.
dive characters,
I
looked
just
as
tuned
strong
into this
on Magneto,
broadcast.
and I don't think he really lost a step there in that map.
And even though Dogman
Yeah, I mean,
and
he's
the
been
English
consistently
commentators are
clean.
talking,
don't
I
think you
hear
can
the
ban
Chinese
Pauly, right? And
casters.
I think, if teams think that they can take out Cat,
Yeah,
and
oh, the
just
Chinese
lock down
casters are
Pauly, but Pauly
loud.
has so many different heroes under the belt. I think, Magneto's obviously a traditional. Every team needs a Vanguard that plays Magneto. I think Strange is pretty traditional.
Are the
even with
Mantis
Duelist.
drops not
Everybody
working for
has
anyone
practice.
else?
Strange is
So
someone you need to be able to make
I
that teleport play.
assume that
It needs to be
the
second nature to you
drops
if you get
are
knocked down early. So I think Magneto's
collectible the
under
moment that
belt,
you
but the
log
Emma
in and
is
you
disgusting,
watch
and
Twitch,
the
but
Cat
I've
is
been
disgusting.
told that
Yeah,
it's not
absolutely.
actually
He's just
available
roast
until
on it.
tomorrow,
And,
the
Pauly in
finals.
general, every hero in Vanguard, he needs to flex to. And that's what we talked about with not only duelist mains, but the Vanguard mains. Right?
The commentary is nice background noise. I feel like
it's important
if you're
to be
listening
able to play
closely, they aren't
jabs
usually saying
and,
anything
some
too new
strategists,
or
because of what we're seeing with this
groundbreaking.
triple strategist composition. It's almost like
Yeah,
some heroes are
I
not
like
that
the
good at rank.
commentary.
You need to be
I'm
practicing
actually
that maybe on,
listening
like, some sort of
and
alternate
watching
account or
both
something.
Jay's
But,
stream
yeah,
and the
it's exciting to
Chinese
witness
commentary
the
because
flexibility of
some of my
these heroes that are
friends
players that we know
are
sort of
casting the
stars on a
Chinese
certain type of hero.
version.
Their flexibility is definitely crucial.
And the down toss there.
Meow,
Like I
meow,
said, just
meow.
mean meteors.
Guys,
from
it's
absolutely
International Cat
insane
Day for
distance.
y'all.
Tanuki making that switch and saying, hey, I
Apparently,
am a Panther player
August
as well.
8th
Honestly, Tanuki's
is
so good.
International
Great
Cat
Yamamoto
Day,
there, Enzo on
which
the
is a day
sticks.
that I
Out of the sky,
celebrate
gotta show more love to that.
every day.
Those risky Magneto plays where you are throwing the Meteor M at somebody in the sky is, to me, always the most terrifying thing, especially against like a
Do you
Star-Lord
guys
who
have
can iframe
cats?
it, but what a play into that Ultron there.
Yeah, it's
Emily, what casters are better, Chinese or American?
Right now, in
Oh, that's
general,
so
like,
hard.
this team
It's like
is
asking
popping off. Citadel,
what's
we already know how good they
a
are,
better
but, when we
cuisine.
came into it, there was a lot
Like
of
there's
rumors,
good,
maybe, how
to
good
choose
are the
from on
scrims
both
going, how good are the
sides.
practice going? This team is
Okay,
looking just as good as
I
they
think
did in
it's
stage one.
very
I love
different
this
because
Yeah,
English
back to the
allows
conversation. What do you think we need to see here from Ground Zero?
English
I
like
do think
allows
they
you
pulled out
to
their-
express
like I said,
certain
the flagship
emotions
competition,
more
the
than
competition that really takes
Chinese.
teams by storm, and
It's
it worked
it's
again on
very
map one,
it's very
but now I'm
interesting.
starting to
Like
understand maybe
there's like
why
a
they
really
only do
interesting
it on
dynamic.
quickly, and maybe they need to keep doing
But
that strategy, right, where they use it on
the
map one and then
Chinese casters are
completely switch
good
to
as
map
well.
two.
Like
It's dangerous
they're
to
able to
especially
make
in Domination, 'cause it does
puns and
transition over,
jokes that are also
that
only
maybe we
available
see
in
them now
Chinese.
getting
So
a
I
couple of
like
punches
watching
maps.
that as
They're
well.
finding a ton more success because that's typically where you see Dive really succeed.
Yeah, I want to see what they do on this upcoming map indeed. And
They're
think
loud.
that
I put my
Citadel kinda have
AirPods to listen to
counter-pick on
J3.
it.
Oh,
They're playing
TTK's
that
Poppy.
triple
Thank you
strategist,
so
they're just kinda running away, and,
much.
I mean, I want to see if that continues to be the sort of meta, the pack.
Oh, there's
that we-
already
or
Mantis
the
drops.
sort of
Okay, thank
change
you
that we,
guys.
Can witness evolve the scene, right? Because we talk about how good some strategists are. Maybe we're
You're not even close to Mantis drops?
Survivability is the most important
Oh,
thing.
is it 'cause of the
It's
time
really
zone
hard to
difference?
live, and you don't want to rely on skill shots. You want to rely on consistency in a game like Marvel Rivals.
I'm
Yeah, we're
allergic to
seeing
cats,
more
but I
Rocket
love them
in 2 and
anyways.
2-5
Oh,
than
I'm
we were
sorry to
here in
hear
3
that.
and, well, I guess now 3-5 even.
Our
Today,
baby
but
noodle
Well, you
is
bring up a good point, Chip. Sorry to
hypoallergenic.
cut you off.
No, you're
Emily, who's your rival's main?
Like,
I have lots of
mains.
mains. I like to think of myself as a Swiss Army knife when it comes to video games. I play Psylocke, I play Namor, I play...
Yeah, I think Rocket survivability is
I play Luna the best out of all the supports, but I can play all the supports. Tank-wise, I just found that I really love Emma. But before that, I think like the first couple seasons, I climbed to gold solo thanks to Strange and Penny. So I love Strange and Penny.
I do agree with you. I think that is
You have a
good
black
change.
cat
Jeff,
too.
Jeff
Aw.
in this tournament alone has been played far more than I thought.
You have a cat named Boots? And our baby's name is Boba.
Sort of that flex slot, especially in Domination, it seems, for the rotation.
You have a cat named Orange Juice? Oh, okay, so before I go, I just wanted to say the NetEase campus here has a ton of stray cats, but they just call it like the campus kitties, and there's so many orange kitties. We actually started naming them. We started naming them after chat. Like every time we see an animal here, we just name them after people in chat. Like we have some Jasmine, Gob the bird.
Jasmine and Gob are snails.
Jasmine and Gob are snails, yeah.
The fact that this is a conversation we've had in previous tournaments even. If you are forced to ban
Where can you watch the Chinese one? Billy.
Value in the banning phase already. You're already up a few points if you were to give it a score right in the banning
Oh,
phase.
Jasmine's here. Wait. Oh, what's up?
Terra's Wolverine, you were forced to ban that, or someone's Panther like Self, as we saw in the Americas tournament. It gives your team a huge advantage, and it does allow you to make the next move in the banning phase.
They're getting rid of it. Yeah. I mean, Shib, they're doing exactly as you mentioned, but the torch on that beside Magneto, we probably can see
CTG banned Black Panther. Yeah, they don't want to deal with that anymore.
A pretty set ban phase, and you know, that's interesting because on certain maps, I don't know if the Loki does as strong, and I know that a team like Rad is...
Jasmine, you should sleep. You should sleep. You sound like me.
The Protect is available for Citadel. This time, maybe leaning towards Phoenix. We want to see what the side of Ground Zero do, because last time they banned out the Phoenix, Citadel obviously...
Jay, feel free to blow your nose as much as you want.
Phoenix on their side.
I'm trying to get it all out of my system, man, but it just seems like it just keeps coming back and back.
Ground Zero probably going to do pretty well with that composition. They're making sure that they swap Nami and FMCL off of their heroes. So right now, Citadel's ban phase is looking very, very strong. And I think it was solid in the last one, but I didn't think it was as good in the last one, but they proved me wrong because I think of the heroes they played, the diversity of playing triple strategists really enabled them, and they knew what to do on Domination and deal with Ground Zero, who were going to play Black Panther. So really, really smart game planning from Sala, and that's kind of why you can't underestimate the draft phase all the time at the very beginning. You can't read a book by its cover.
And that's the efforts of a coach, right? Like, that's why coaches...
Yo, Dirty Hop Water, 6 months. Appreciate it. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah. I do think we're going to see FMCL on the Wolverine, but the question is, they have the answer to these melee hero dive compositions, or more brawly compositions, if you will, with their flyer run and with the rocket play, jet play, like we had mentioned. So I think we see a Wolverine from FMCL, and, you know, they choose to ban it out on the opposition to try to make this a almost hard pocket Wolverine composition, see how it's going to look.
Predictions? Oh, we already ran predictions.
The second map,
we run predictions for the whole series, not per game.
All right, Citadel looking as good as ever. Right? They were the ones to, you know, take Rad to map 5 and in that grand finals in their region in stage 1. And I think after that, I mean, they just kind of proved today that they're back, right? Like we said, there was rumors that Citadel wasn't doing that good in practice 2 weeks ago, right? But that was 2 weeks ago, right? How good are they doing recently? Pretty damn good, right? That's the thing about Citadel, is that they're a team that can play at those peaks of the side of Rad, of Envy. And I don't know, man, this team, I might be changing to thinking they're one of the best teams in the entire game.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And what I like to see here, like I said, we need something changed up here for Ground Zero. I love to see the triple, as you're going to have that Groot, that Thing, and that Magneto holding on right at the spawn door.
Yeah.
And you will teleport back, as Strange is not banned out. We've had the conversation that maybe some of these maps, the ban of Strange could be worth it, although I don't think it's necessarily worth it on this map right here.
Is there any hero you're surprised to not see more of?
Wolverine just yet. Likely we'll see a switch, as Ken is going to be over here on the Squirrel Girl, and that has been an answer for triple.
Yeah, that's been the answer for sure, and we'll see if it kind of continues
on
their attack. Enzo goes down, res by Alex again. You can see the value of Rocket Raccoon. I think Citadel actually reminds me.
We're seeing a lot of BP now.
Citadel, sorry, Shib, for taking over in that duty, but for Citadel, like, man, I think Rocket
also
Raccoon
Squirrel Girl. Wait a minute, this is the first Squirrel Girl I think we've seen.
But the fact that you're just getting that free Adam Warlock res on one hero, especially if you're hiding it well, especially
solo support Rocket. What? What the fuck is this? Solo support Rocket.
7 versus 6, and I think this is what we talked about. It's so good.
Yeah, so the crazy thing that we're seeing here, and I don't know if y'all have noticed this, Citadel actually only has one strategist right now, only running the Rocket to battle back this composition. That is that meta-defining change that you do not know about until you see a tournament like this. Running the Rocket only has been wild and putting raw damage out as you see them.
Well, they all kind of just fell over and died now.
Downside to only having one strategist.
But they used a lot of ults. They got a lot of ults out.
Polly is holding on to that ultimate. Tanuki will be there shortly. Ken as well. Then you look over at Ground Zero, which will have not much besides
he's
King
going
Bob
Luna now.
And Nami for the
He's still going to solo heal Luna?
of this fight. So,
oh, no,
I
that
think we will see a change. Yes, we do here from Citadel Gaming, who are going to go back to having 2 strategists with the Luna and the Cloak. Still making big plays, Zen Starry putting those walls out, and they're doing a good job holding. I'm surprised that they are making this change.
Yeah, right now they're playing so well in this main side, right? 2 minutes on the clock, Citadel. What can they do here, right? Ground zero, they just need to hold, right? Play for a long time, build up their ultimates out of, take a lot of fights, Shiv, and here we go. Paulie starts it off with the Sonic Seduction.
And we go again. Out goes the dance floor. King Bob trying to keep the team healthy, moving forward a little bit too much. Ayavagomoto goes out. Does Nami find value? A ton of damage goes out onto Alex. We see
wow,
Tanuki
that peel though.
Goes down. King Bob goes down. Zen goes down. And Ken finds FMCL. Well played once again.
Yeah, right now I think Citadel in general is sort of pressing on through, right? Kind of taking over ground zero right now against this triple Vanguard composition. You wouldn't think that this Black Panther would get as much value compared to a Wolverine, but maybe with that damage boost, like we saw earlier, with sometimes a Wolverine with the damage boost, it can actually work out pretty well.
I don't think they're trolling. There's actual games where I won where we were 1 tank, 4 DPS, 1 support.
And we begin as Bucky is going to be holding. FMCL making the change. We've been seeing that if things aren't looking too good, and they go against dive. But as I say that, FMCL with a nice shot there on Tanuki, pressing forward into the Omega Hurricane. Pokey going to try to buy some space. Team's going to return back to the spawn door, as you should if you lose numbers. If you have the time, FMCL make that 2 as Pokey goes down. Up we go with the Meteor M. Bang! Brings down to virtually 20 HP, but still holding on. A ton of damage out. Again, remember, if you are playing Strange, which you don't see right now, you can actually block off that Luna Snow ultimate to deal some damage. Nami going to find Enzo, though, and again, ground zero doing a good job defending as Tanuki falls. And that point is, if you are thinking that you won't make the spawn door, it's worth just taking the fight and not getting the ultimates and trying to get a pick.
Is a very
and then
strong
you have spawn door advantage, and you immediately charge. So right there, if you're slowly falling back and you still try to, you don't kite well enough and you try to make a play and you stagger, it is a huge downside.
That guy should die. That guy should die. The fact that he's not dead yet is wild.
Sonic Seduction getting very close, but not close enough to have a good patience. Tanuki on 2, make that 3.
Tanuki with a 3K.
Paulie onto King Bob. Paulie onto Zen Starry, and that is 5 as only Nami is left and make that 6.
I don't know, man.
Well done by Citadel to take back the momentum.
This is the strength of Citadel, Shib. I mean, they're constantly bringing themselves back into these fights, right? Sure, you might lose 1 or have an extended fight, but they always end up on top. And right now for ground zero, sure, the time make could not be that bad, but look, the Venom's hiding in the back.
A good VP is very annoying to play against. Oh, well, he's dead now, though.
Yeah, and here we go again. We do have the Kraken Impact ready for FMCL. We have the dance floor and Zen. This is going to be the combination we saw a lot in the past seasons. We're using that Strangling Prison with Kraken Impact. The whole team tries to do some damage just to try to force one to get reset, and at that point, you just pop off there with the Winter Soldier. Nami going to be at 28% now on the Star-Lord. We do have the match back by Enzo and Pokey. FMCL with a reset of Kraken. Pokey goes down. Alex, FMCL up again on to the front line, excuse me, as we try to see an escape, but it will not manage to happen. They're just running now as Venom is hiding, hide and seek. Did you guess correctly? Not sure.
Looking like my Bucky out there.
They found him. I mean, they did find him. If the stagger came through, but Venom's so hard to take out, they at least get that cooldown.
Wing Zero, appreciate the massive 9 months, my friend.
Finding some sort of ground here, right? They have ultimates ready to go. The Bucky ultimate, like you mentioned, was able to get so much of that Kraken Impact, getting maximum value. We'll see this upcoming fight, though, right? They need to get value to Star-Lord. Maybe some of these other heroes. Pokey over the Psylocke now as well.
And Pokey, an incredibly strong Psylocke. Meteor M does not charge long enough, and the shield was not broken.
Nah, your Bucky
Luna,
better?
folks,
Yeah,
deal
I should be in this tournament, chat.
Luna, so
nah, I feel like death.
Get that pick. Out we go with the Sonic Seduction onto the back line. Matched right back by
feel
the
like
Eternal
death,
Bond.
chat.
Presses forward. Psylocke starting that dance of the butterfly. Pokey not able to do much, but does force out those cooldowns. That's why you saw those strategy assaults used. A lot of time we'll try to kite it in that moment. Bang, bang. Duet finds Alex. We see the tackle now on FMCL, but the heals are too much. Psych Guy lied as Paulie gets a KO.
Wow.
Ken gets 2-piece out of Bob, and Maddie and Tanuki is just playing patiently now, looking to try to find some more damage here on Zen. Honestly, you find a lot of the time the Groot does a pretty good
Wait,
job.
what?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you hate this
What did he just do, chat? What the hell did he just...
That happens so many times, Shib.
What?
Sometimes you don't realize where you're going, and well, you get off the map.
That's looking like my Psylocke out there.
It do be like that, but we're getting into final fight territory now. Now that there's only 13 seconds, it gets to the danger zone when it comes to trying to get that portal out. You roughly want to have like 10 seconds to ensure you're safe with it. Paulie, though, finding Zen early is a good start here for the side of Citadel on this attack, holding them in the spawn door. That's going to be 2 as Tanuki cleans up to F. They are trying to run this down and push through point 2. Pokey finding Maddie. No teleport left. Can they touch at the very end here as no ultimates up to F? Going to be at about 92. Should be close FMCL as well, but it's not going to be enough. I don't believe they will actually get point 2.
And this is huge for them because I feel like that streets phase of the map is a very hard comp for this dive, right? Because there's no cover for their team to walk up, and also for the flankers to get in position to flank and go for those dives in the 3-2-1s. It's so difficult. But now we're in the third phase of the map. This is where I believe this dive composition will really shine. And Ground Zero, they have to find an answer. The Star-Lord could be that, but Triple Vanguard as well could be something. But Citadel, I think on the dive, should be able to take out these strategists based on what we've seen. If they can get rid of King Bob and Maddie, it doesn't matter how much tankiness you have in the front line because they won't be able to keep them alive.
Yeah, it's a matter of time at that point. I do think, honestly, Tanuki said, anything you can do, I can do better here with the Panther, and started popping off, but they did have to pan it out. So Pauly finding Duep, and that's another start here. They were roughly even close, at least as Citadel.
You know what I'm surprised I don't see a lot of? Iron Fist.
Zero. There goes the strangling, and Enzo with 2. Tanuki gonna clean up as Pokey finds Zen, and that is 4 as they walk him down. Now Duep and Nami are going to have to go back to the spawn door and wait it out for the team and try to hold on as it turns this corner here.
Man, I need to see Ground Zero do something. I mean, Magic, is that really the pick? I mean, you maybe could find the backline of Alex and Ken, but the dive is so much heavier. Zen Starry over to the Venom. They actually want to trade backline.
Yeah, Venom, we've seen a lot of Venom in this game.
For them, however.
I like to see the Magic if it works, right? We saw it work there for Sentinels against Triple, but not sure if we've seen it into a composition like this. You do have to play safe Pokey, though, in the neutral. Once again, we talk about how Pokey does this so consistently, finding value in these picks, and then you're just down in the fight, and it goes
barely
in the
got into the spawn. Barely, bro.
Once more, Tanuki does have.
Yeah, a lot of good Venom players in this tournament.
Goes out, make that 3 as Pauly cleans up, and they are walking now and trying to end this and get a 3-piece point cap on the first push. Pauly on his Starry. King Bob gonna find Enzo. Pauly again, and that is the point.
You know what? Citadel showing today that they can also play that dive.
I actually cannot believe they kept all 3 points when they were about to get held on second. That's wild.
Is that once they give up that second phase on that front to back,
that is wild.
Playing, it's kind of over in that third phase. So they thought maybe switch to the dive compositions, maybe switch to something more mobile, and that can kind of enable you. But regardless, for the side of Ground Zero, they just could not keep King Bob and Maddie alive. I mean, towards the very end, we saw Maddie and King Bob not even close to ultimates because it's such a hard map. I mean, in the streets phase, I can understand wanting to play that, but I really think Citadel are like the kings of evolving the meta. Yeah. Based on we saw map 1, I mean, that was amazing. They made sure they played heroes that were not diveable. Map number 2, they played their own dive. Ground Zero don't know how to react. They don't know how to keep Maddie and King Bob alive. And sometimes you can't because, like we saw, I mean, you're dealing with a Psylocke Emma team-up dive. You're dealing with Venom on Enzo. You're dealing with Tanuki on Black Panther. I mean, the all-in is just too much, and you can't really peel for that well, especially without certain heroes.
I love that discussion about evolving the meta. I do think
I think Venom just goes in, dives,
how many heroes can really be played,
tries to be as annoying as you can to the enemy team's backline, so they have to heal each other. So instead of healing their tanks in their front line, and it's just a race.
He's playing that Venom there, and then you do know as well, like you can see TTK, who plays a very strong Magneto.
TTK!
Having the ability to play a very quick hero with a very precise accuracy like Venom is a really cool, show here. As you look at the bottom right, you do see the sticks, Tanuki up in the sky, and now on the defense, we will see a triple run with Ultron and
Wait, that's actually crazy because Enzo plays Venom on the controller. TTK doesn't play Venom on controller, does he?
Right? They have that still Enzo pressure on the Venom consistently, and also so much health over the Sky's damage rather in the verticality of the map with that with Tanuki on that Ultron.
And that's a good shot there. FMCL really pulling out this Bucky to try to help shut down the Panther, but it is difficult. Great utilization of that cooldown, but no, does not work for them. As another pick from Tanuki on FMCL. Tanuki's hero pool is an Ocean at this point. Hard to ban out an Ocean.
Probably.
But they will maintain this pressure and this presence and not have to use teleport just yet to come back and take this fight. So very close to ultimate we go. Again, Zenstari on the attack at 76. FMCL ready with a Kraken impact. Will it be big? Oh, but King is, Tanuki falls. But King does fall as well.
Wait, I'm actually really surprised Tanuki's not running like BP here. I feel like BP here on this first phase is
trying to press
amazing.
forward, make that 2 more as Enzo goes down and Ken. So well done by Ground Zero to get on their feet and start walking with 2 minutes and 46 on the clock.
Well, they have ults ready to go as well. Ken's maybe going to swap off of that Rocket Raccoon, go over to that Cloak and Dagger. Enzo now over to the Emma, so they're changing up competitionally. We'll see how it pans out in this upcoming fight. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. A lot of ults popped already from Ground Zero.
And the Rage of Ultron through the portal. Is it going to buy them enough space? It looks like it's just a healing ultimate right now. Good strategy, but no, not enough.
Wow, I think they popped 3 support ults.
And
They popped 2 support ults and everyone just died through it.
The Kraken impact on the strangling. Do I see 3? Beautiful play through the strategist line. FMCL make it 4. But well done here.
Yo, FMCL, bro.
Come back into this and maybe change up their composition, right? Because how Ground Zero are playing hard around this group right now. There's nothing a lot of like counters towards the back line at the current moment. The dive was not there because Tanuki's on Ultron.
Reminds me of my
Now
Bucky, chat.
Panther. He's going to set up dives with Enzo. But we'll see if they even live. I mean, the swatch switch to Ground Zero gives them so much damage for both Bucky and Storm.
When you are trying to combine ultimates, make sure, folks, that you are looking for ultimate that'll go through a strategist line at the same time. We'll come back to that in a second as King Bob finds a pick here for the side of Ground Zero on the attack, putting them up in numbers right now. We do see the Omega Hurricane gets matched right back by the Eternal Bond. King Bob out with the dance floor, keep the team healthy. Ken, though, gonna find Maddie now, and now the numbers are evened out as the spawn is returning out. We
oh, Tanuki's back on the BP.
Some value. Pokey on FMCL, King Bob on a Tanuki, Polly onto King Bob, and Pokey onto Duef, and it looks like
yo,
now
TM Jude for 8 months. Appreciate it.
Is holding on before point 1.
Citadel, 1 minute and 16 seconds left. I mean, the job's already sort of done. That's the unfortunate aspect of this game sometimes, where they got 3 fights after losing twice, right?
Agreed.
So, I mean, there's so much time chewed off. 1 minute left on the clock for Ground Zero, and they need to sort of just stay strong. It's so easy to get first point held on Spider Islands. If they can just make it to the second phase, I wouldn't be surprised to see a snowball and end on 3rd.
He's walking. He can walk because he's on controller.
If you get through, second, I think 3rd is likely easiest to just depend on time, but second's pretty difficult. It can be at least. As Enzo is going to find King Bob early
That's a
on.
huge pick. That's a
huge
huge
right
pick.
back from Zen, who finds Tanuki, and that is a huge pick onto a duelist. Duet making the play onto the back line, but no, gets matched. Good marking there by the side of Enzo. Make sure you're doing that as a Vanguard. Keep your eyes on your back line. Impossible. Bang! Kraken impact goes out, but it's not matched here, as they do not have that strangling prison to keep them locked down, and it will not be enough through these strategists. Ultimates to find value just yet. They find some more. Polly holding onto that meteor end, likely waiting till need be, and there it is. There is the need. Bang! Will he find it? Yes, Polly.
Wow, that was a big radius, but I think the person was low.
More. That's 2 in a row there, FMCL. Good pick as they are chasing down the back line. Pokey trying to find even more value. Nami still out of the fight, now back in, and will they be able to get back to the point? Not quite sure. Polly is driven back. This could be point here. Yes, it will be for the side of Ground Zero as they clean up Citadel and head towards
Damn, bro. Hey, that was a good hold from CTG, though. No, that's a J3 Bucky, no reset. What the hell, chat?
Wall, right? Especially against,
you guys are supposed to be nice, bro.
Ultimates where everybody's kind of shooting the same person. Once those ults are over, it can be hard to kind of collapse on, heroes because you've spent so much time just kind of shooting into nothing. And right now for Citadel, these dives are clean. However, they did give up that first point eventually. Ground Zero sort of brute forced their way through.
My Bucky was insane in those tournaments, chat. Remember that pull I took 3 people off the map?
Here with the sign of deduction. FMCL going to find Pokey. Well done. Off the rip is Nami. Tries to make a play, but no. Does force out a strategist line ultimate. You're going to see that bond. Tanuki down. Back onto Zen Starry. FMCL onto Alex. FMCL is finding so many picks here on Bucky through these fights. Does have that ult ready. King Bob with the dance floor now pressing forward as a unit. Can they get back there and move this point? But it was taken, and that is some big brain play there by the duelist line of Citadel, who just makes all that fight negated because you did not get the space on the card.
I mean, Shiv, to sort of refocus back on what we were talking about on the defense, right? It's the same sort of similar thing for Citadel. They're playing full dive. I don't think this competition really comes online until 3rd phase. I think first point, you made a good point. It's very good there.
Hey, one's got a 6K Jeff ult. I'm still not good. I think to be considered good, you have to get 11K ult. You have to get both teams, your team and the enemy team, and just jump off the map.
Gonna go down now, and that is a strategist line pick.
Are you sick, Jay? Yeah.
Ground Zero, and that puts them a little bit down in favor, but ultimate's up for Maddie, and that should buy them enough time to get back. But no, not when Maddie falls though with ultimate. Tanuki says this is not gonna go to point.
You gotta ban the BP, chat. You gotta ban the BP.
Tanuki Pokey back on Nami now, and Citadel is holding on.
I mean, the angles that he's taking on Black Panther, I think we talk about like that middle phase, I guess, being longer range, but here, I sort of resigned my original point. How he's playing and how Tanuki is positioning is just perfect. Pokey as well on these dives. Now they have to come to the choke point this dive is set up, so they've sort of negated all that space that could be there. And FMCL, he has to live. It's going to be near last fight territory here, maybe despite like a Doctor Strange portal.
Yeah, and while we're holding on here in this neutral, what I was mentioning is when you're playing
could he
that
be a more Mag or Emma?
Getting that extra
Emma, right?
Is very impactful against something like Panther, against something like the Psylocke, because that little bit of extra health will stop from those one-shot combinations of the rotations of cooldown. So you'll see them consistently using abilities. Up we go with the meteor through the ceiling, and that gets stopped, and that is in the favor here.
Map
Round
diff,
zero,
chat,
Pac
map
Impact
diff.
goes, waits out the patience, good countdown there. Counting to 12 to make sure it all ends, but it's not enough as King Bob goes. Alex gonna find FMCL. Ken onto Maddie, we're in OT, and it's very dangerous now. Looking heavily on the side of Citadel as they clean up the rest into OT. Not sure the portal could come through. That should do it here as Citadel takes the second game.
Damn,
What a game
I
number
said,
2 for Citadel. Put
I
themselves
said
on game
the score of
point,
this.
match point
Hey,
before they win the
Jeezy
entire
can still come
series
back
in
and
this
make it
best out of
2-3
5 to
or
get
3-2.
further in the tournament. In that loser bracket,
They have
that'd
to
be
win at
massive
least
against
one
a
round,
team
right,
like
chat?
Ground Zero, who are not bad, right?
No,
Everything we've seen
they
about
look
them,
good.
everybody
How
says
you
how
feeling
good
today,
they are
Young?
right now.
Not
They
good.
might go home, but it's still been an impressive tournament for them.
Yeah.
There's still a chance to come back as well. We've seen reverse sweeps before.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I do think we saw, you know,
wanna
I
get it?
liked how they were starting to bounce back. They were more confident in
Thank
their
you
play.
so much.
I think triple on both sides shows a little bit of more unique composition. They weren't traditionally running that on either team, but
that your
this map
drinks?
does lend itself available for that, similar to something like Araco, which we have seen, you know, in the past tournaments. But I like the change in composition. I actually did like the Bucky play. I do think it found a ton of value. I just don't think there was enough match. The backline just kept falling, and that's, you know, that's big trouble.
I think you're right. I think in the second phase of the map on their defense, I like it. But what happens, I suppose, the thing that I forgot about completely in that second phase is that when you're on defense, I think the dive is so much easier. That's what we were talking about previously on Domination. It can be the same way when you're going for those Venom dives with the Black Panther, with the Psylocke. If you're having to come back through chokes, I mean, there's so many angles you have to worry about. When you're on defense on the opposite side, playing the Bucky versus that dive, if you just are ready to go and like you're just like sort of playing in the open, you get at least one fight win, they have to come out of their spawn, so you kind of know the angles they have to take, right? When you're
Hi,
back,
Jaden.
they
Has
could
Emily
manage.
fallen
It's like
ill
hide and
as
seek,
well?
except you're just gonna get one shot by a Black Panther
No,
coming
my
out of
immune
the
system
choke.
is
Yeah,
very
I do want to
good.
revisit something that I thought was really strong too. And I
Knock
think
on wood.
those who are currently
For
leading
now,
if your team is losing a fight,
I
you
just,
are
I don't think so.
potentially the only
I'm
ones alive and you're trying to
very
make a play.
good at falling
You know, we're setting
asleep.
up for a strategist
And
prior
I
to a
think
dive, or
that's
just in
the
general
biggest
on
difference
offense.
between us. Like,
Go
we've
cap the
been
point.
eating the same food,
Go
drinking the
take
same
point and then
water,
go distracted.
breathing the same
And then
air.
that entire fight, which we saw them win a few fights,
We're
but
like
they look
exposed to the
backwards and
same
point is
people.
back,
So,
going in the negative
yeah, the
direction.
only difference is
That
I sleep
essentially turns that whole
like
fight
a
into
baby.
moot point, right?
No, you bring up a great point.
Except
I think you're
I sleep
100%
better than a
they play
baby, you know, because
objectives
babies
so
wake
damn
up
well.
like every other
Yeah,
hour.
this
No,
goes
I
back to
sleep like a
maybe
dead
an
person.
overarching theme that we're noticing from Citadel.
The
that we talked
queen
about earlier. I
still
think they're playing
stands
the fan
strong.
base, amazing.
Yeah.
Map number
Why
one, I
am
didn't
I
think so.
sick?
Totally was wrong about that, right? I have to own up to that because of the fact that they
No,
are
my
just really map
biggest
to map, playing perfectly. They know
enemy
exactly what they want to do, and that's
this
how you
trip
think about the
is
game from a
stairs
level.
and
Sometimes you have
uneven
to do
surfaces.
Not what everybody's doing. This is why I respect so much both of the European teams, and that's why, you know, we talk about rooting for your
I almost
region,
ate
rooting
shit
for North American
yesterday,
stuff,
just
and
walking
I'm
down
excited for North America,
one
don't get me wrong, I think
step.
there's a lot of good teams in North America, but when I watched the stage one for the Ignite series, Europe is insane. They're so good. Both Rad and Citadel are here.
Jay
and
didn't
isn't
eat
that
enough
crazy?
dirt
We
as
might
a
send
kid,
one of those teams
surprisingly.
home, where we are going to have to send one of those teams home in the loser brackets
Yeah,
later
but
on.
everything
We
that
still
Jay
have
is
some work
experiencing,
for
I've
matches
experienced
like the
before
Chinese
as a
team and stuff, but
child.
in
I think
terms
when I
of
used
the
to come back to
overarching point from
China,
what they
I
played
was
on map
always
one, I would like to see
dying over
a team
something,
like,
whether it be the
Ground Zero
water
play
or
that
the air
comp. I mean, I don't know how
pollution.
much
So
Pac
yeah,
played it.
I'm
tough,
strong
right?
now.
Choices, but right now, Citadel, I think
All the
they know what to do versus
sickness
dive,
paid
and
off.
are playing so well against Ground Zero when they go dive, and they can also play the dive in their own right. So right now, Citadel is just looking disgusting, and I want to see
I
how
also
they
sleep
some
like a rock.
incredibly strong talent later on if they
Babies
Ground
sleep
Zero.
like 16
Speaking of
hours a
strong
day.
talent,
They
look at these finals
do,
in this map.
but they
I
wake
mean,
up
this is wild.
every now and
FMCL
then,
21
right?
obviously
And they wake
showcasing
up
Strange, but was
crying.
not playing Vanguard, was on
Yeah.
duels. And you see 15. Granted, you got to
He
remember,
does
folks, when
wake
you
up
are on Bucky,
crying.
if you use the ultimate, and it does connect with any hero. If they do fall from any source, it does go into your finals, right? So Zen with 15 on the opposition. You saw
Never
Wait,
understood
was
that
up at
saying
19. I
because
mean, who
babies
needs the
cry all
cap
night.
when you're
Yeah,
able to
some
play
babies do.
Magneto? You know, in Emma at this kind of level, just a very strong Vanguard.
Yeah, you know what? Like, right.
I have
Paulie is
cats
insane, and
because
he is really one of the best Vanguards in the game.
they
if not
sleep
the
all
best
day
Captain America
and
at
they
the
don't
very least.
cry.
He's flexing over to the Magneto to when Enzo wants to play Venom, like you said. I mean, he's playing Venom like a race car on the opposite side.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Paulie's
Need to
so
call that out. Yeah, I mean, that was. I think it's very difficult when you
Ooh,
find a
I really
strong
wanted
player
to try
who
yours
understands
too. It's
how to
called
force out
an
cooldowns. You'll see the top
osmanthus. It's
level
some kind of
folks in Venoms
tea,
will,
but they
you know,
made it
just
into a
understand
latte.
Venom players do not
So
use
there's
your
it's
grapple
not
to initiate
coffee,
ever.
it's not
He said, "Doesn't
espresso,
take cooldown
but there's
until
probably
you
a
have
little bit
ultimate,
of
then you
caffeine
find more
from
time to
the
grapple to
tea.
initiate and do something crazy. But outside of that, wall climb up.
Actually,
dive towards the back line, but instead
I'm
of
lying.
fighting
There
into-
might not be
Oh,
any
there you go.
caffeine.
Yeah,
It's just like a really nice herbal drink.
Instead of using all your cooldowns, jump in, use the bop, force the team to use cooldowns and save everything
Jay
else,
will be
jump
right
out,
back,
and then come
guys.
right back in a few
Since
seconds
we're
later
taking a
while everything
break
is already
on
utilized, and
broadcast,
then use your
I
defensive
think we'll
shield
just let
and potentially
Jay
ultimate and attack
rest for a
cooldowns.
bit.
Using that bop up and forcing
Get
strategies
his voice
is
back.
next level because everyone anticipates you using your full rotation. You don't always need to commit to that.
I appreciate you buying me time.
He said, "Can I get 5 gifted?"
But right now,
Is Sentinel still in the tournament? They seem to have. Unfortunately, they got eliminated yesterday.
I want to see kind of how they play on this map number 3, Ground Zero, right?
Yeah.
Ground Zero, they kind of need to go back.
Today
to
is
the
International Cat Day.
can't
Yes.
work. I think
Happy
Can't be
International
solid.
Cat
Does
Day,
counter
everyone.
Psylocke, but when you have to deal with all of this pressure, man,
And if you
there's
don't have
way too
cats,
much, on
that's
the team
okay.
of
You can
Ground Zero
still
on their back line specifically and the Bucky
look
player
at other
because you
people's
have to deal with
cute
them, you have to deal with
cats.
Psylocke, and then while you're dealing with them, you get walked on by an Emma
Yeah.
Frost. So there's unrelenting.
Have you
pressure
ever
right now
given
from
your
Citadel
cat
and I don't know
catnip
what
tea? They
happens,
go
especially if
crazy?
there's
I have
this
never
massive
heard of catnip tea.
flexibility
We do
that everybody
give
talks about, but, like,
Noodle,
we talked
Sushi, and
later
Boba
on,
catnip,
mentioning how
and that's
they
already
play,
too
their hero. They
much.
flex to whatever Rye wants to play, and then Nectar's like, okay, I'll go, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the future of this game.
My dog likes to
Other
throw
heroes, we
tantrums
talked
when I
about
don't
being
share my
exact point
food.
plays. This game,
Same.
you have
My
to
dog
be
used to
that
do that
point.
too. She used to
You
get
have
like a
to be
panic
that
attack,
point. I wouldn't be
which I don't
surprised if
understand
strategy
why,
players
because we put
need to
food
maybe
all
look at
over the
this,
house for
maybe there
her.
will be a potential
But
patch
someone
where we
else's
have a
food
single strategy
always
system
looks better
because
than
it's so
their own
strong.
food, you know?
You know what? That's a great call out.
Get
I
well
think,
soon,
honestly, a lot
Jay.
of the time,
No
too, if
gifted
you're
for
forced to use
you.
a portal play, if you're on the strategist line, the duelists need to be able
Thank
to
you.
flex
That
their
was from
strategies
Ren, by
to
the
use
way.
those numbers if it's really going to be a sustained fight, right? So, or Vanguard, exactly. So you need to make sure that you can, be flexible. I do like your conversation about having a,
This
a
is a
larger
banana
pool, but I also think
latte,
you can more so have
and it tastes so good.
focused, duelist, and then
You should
a
try
flex
one.
duelist, as long as that focus duelist has 3 or 4, because if they're forced to
I
ban
don't
all
mind
3
if
or
we
4
share
of
the
those
same
duelists,
straw.
you're
I
just
know I'm
gonna
not gonna get
Yeah,
sick.
100%. I think
Who's watching the cats?
maybe
So we have a
massive
cat sitter going home, going to our home every morning, and it's basically our friend Mark and Deku. So today was Deku's shift, and she went over.
okay.
Mastery percentage, right?
Sure.
Say you're at like a 95% Black Panther.
I'm not sure.
Really good
Did you
Black
ask her?
Panther, and to crank out another 1%, to get to 96% mastery on Black Panther, that might take you weeks.
Sure.
That might take you months to reach that level of knowledge. Where maybe say you compare yourself to that same player also being on.
Do you
Psylocke,
know that
maybe
Marvel
Psylocke level
Rivals
is
has
like
a
70%.
central?
Maybe you would get maybe 5%.
Like a central
right,
Twitter
maybe.
page?
So,
I think it's
for
Marvel
this sort of
Rivals
up to
Esports.
plus thing sort of situation
It sort of starts off exponential.
Boba
and
and catnip
levels
tea
out,
will be
right? So you have,
content.
the more
Try
you
it
put
so
the
you
initial
can
time in,
compare
you start
it.
getting really good. But if you want that last 2%, it's too much time to even commit, and maybe you rotate to another hero. I like that.
And it's a
Oh.
hard thing to shake. I
So
believe,
your
coming from other
cats
hero
just
shooters, because you're like,
drink
I wanna
it?
really practice this
Yes,
hero,
yes.
I know
because,
you technically
there's not
can't
bans, and I know it's
overdose
strong.
a cat
And
on
a game like
catnip,
this, you
but
have to
like
sort of
I
break
don't
that
know how much to
mold
give them.
and just practice everything. I struggle with that. You struggle with that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
of
you probably
course.
want to play Emma Frost all day.
Oh,
and,
love it.
but it's like when you want to play Emma Frost, you don't realize, okay, maybe
No,
I should
but I
practice
just-
Captain America, right?
Exactly.
That's what like
I
wanna
don't
see, like,
know.
Captain
It's
America
not like
go
we can
those
communicate with the
Psylocke player
cats
because
to
of
get the
fact
right
that
dosage.
You have so much room to move when you're not as strong of a hero on that game.
Couldn't agree more. And speaking of Cap, incredibly strong right now. We're never
Yeah.
seeing him in these games. I think every team. I wish I got to go back and check this out. So I believe every single team, except for their first game, has been
National
banning out
Cat Day
that
is
cat
October
there
29th.
for the side of Poly, which is
Oh yeah, but see
so much
today's
more, right?
International
If
Cat Day.
everybody on every team is banning out
Listen,
cat first, that is a sign
I
that you are
worship
likely one
my
of the best, if not
cats
the best there. As we
every
do see it
day.
once again banned out. Torch first pick, or first ban, excuse me, in the lock and Illumina.
I missed
And
him
what do you
so
think of the
much.
ban phase so
The
far?
first
Do you
couple
think Roster
days
has it changed
was
something, or
okay.
is it
It's
just
getting
the
hard
thing at the end
now.
of the day, like,
I missed him
it
more and
did
more
the
every
draft
day.
before.
I
But
think they
mean,
were gaining confidence, right? I think I
Okay.
saw them gaining confidence. I'm not sure, it's you don't want to keep running. It's the definition of insanity. You want to keep running the same composition, not finding success, and saying, "Oh, it's going to work this time." Because
Wolves used to visit man-made fires where food was often shared as a matter of life and death. True.
And a new mode here
So Benzo.
as we move forward.
Hey, the timing there.
That's beautiful.
Food
timing.
always tastes better when it's not yours. Yes, that's why Boba, whenever it's breakfast time, I put the same exact food
Make sure you have that sort of
on
backup
3 different
also.
plates,
One time, man, my
and he
posture
goes
when
and
I
nibbles a
played
little
Pro
bit
was
of
so
each
bad.
plate.
I would,
He
like,
gets
sit in the chair
FOMO,
forward
I
and,
guess.
like out of the chair, just like lean into the monitor. Ended up having a pinched nerve and then had a panic attack. Our chef at the time at the house had to come over and keep me
Aww,
calm.
they
because that
drink
was
it.
terrible.
Sometimes they try to
Yeah,
roll
that's a
around
tough-
with it.
tough look.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so
I mean, yeah, tough look, man. I'm a
cute.
wimp.
No, it's not like that. I'm just saying gaming injuries.
Thinking about them right now, because that's exactly what they do. I sprinkle catnip on their little beds, and they all roll around in it.
I like that.
Phoenix, yeah, you mentioned that.
Boba about to learn how to fly when he gets catnip.
Protect your bald king!
Ooh. Thank you so much for the 8 months, Rock Woo. I won my work cutest cat contest today. Oh my god, that's awesome. Do you have pictures? Because you can share that with everyone on Jay's Discord. It's under photos.
Right, and I'm curious how this sort of happens because they can sort of play the Phoenix. I know Tanuki can play that hero as well, and that's the hard part. I think when this game expands.
Will there be a reverse sweep like yesterday, or will GZ go home? My prediction was that GZ will at least win one map, hopefully this one. I do think they'll go home though, because GZ's good, but I think Citadel is just
how many more heroes
better.
do you think we need to add before we have to add another ban and another protect?
It's a great question. I honestly don't know the answer. Yeah, 5, 6.
And then I saw a Reddit post the other day, which, by the way, love Reddit. I use it every single day. So shout out the Marvel Rivals competitive subreddit. Make sure to check it out. I know we're going to the game ship. We're going to Clinton.
All right, I'm gonna increase the volume here.
Citadel.
Portal play.
Oh God, why do I
all these
always
supports
do
are
that?
getting banned. They're like, all supports are banned. Pretty sure the team that banned all supports lost.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all strategists lost. So it's not like that's a big deal. People just like complaining for the sake of complaining. And Reddit, place to do that.
Yes, as we see the portal off the rip, more traditional strategy. This was very common in early seasons when Strange was almost always picked, so they are going to elect to make that change. You notice how he started Strange and then switched over to the Venom, used that portal, waited for his team to go through, and then came in an off angle. Pokey now on attack on a fight too as FMCL goes down, and that play works beautifully. Eyes in 2 different directions, very difficult to track, especially when Venom is hard to take out. Enzo onto King Bob, Polly now into Nami and Tanuki. That is a very quick attack, as they will be forced to potentially portal back, and I don't even think they have time.
Sit.
I feel like I'm watching a funeral right now, Shib. Like, I want to see how Ground Zero does, obviously, throughout the series. And I've been known to call things too early before it's over, especially in a team like Ground Zero.
Emily, did you choose Jay for his luscious hair?
Yeah, but, like, regardless, I mean, I need to see some life out of Ground Zero. They're playing over to the
chat.
swapping up heroes. They're going for that full sort of peel dive competition on the Citadel. They kind of know how to react to that.
I'm trying to live here.
And we begin again. Polly pressing forward onto the Emma now. Polly's hero pool, obviously very, very strong. Very strong Emma as well. Got to see some of that in scrims. Very good player, Enzo. On FMCL, Pokey with a 2-piece. This team is so coordinated as they walk again. Make that 5, only left to Zen, and 6.
Come on,
as they
let's talk about Marvel Rivals, chat.
And they are rolling 5 minutes on, working their way to point 2.
This is what I was talking about, man. This is why I wore all black today. Unfortunately for Australia, down under might be down 10 feet under.
Uh-oh, chat.
See, though, how Citadel does against Ground Zero. And Ground Zero,
That's
we know
not
how
true.
good they are in their own region. And also in the States. The fact that they made it this far is crazy. And they know
Wow, that's
how to
actually.
adapt, so
I feel bad,
change,
man.
Right? They're kind of figuring
I
it
think
out,
loser of
step by
this
step.
goes
They
home,
tried
right?
the
Yeah.
thing didn't work. Now they're trying over back to Venom. But right now, you have to make these choices. They're very difficult choices. As here we go, Paulie starting it out for the Sonic Seduction.
Tanuki almost forgot about his Wolverine, right? Like, last stand is going to be coming here any minute. Is essentially the counter for support. Oh, and Enzo going to clean up on King Bob and Zen, and the last stand goes out as well.
Yeah, it looks like CTG is just the better team.
Down in numbers, and they did find pick on King Bob with that dance floor ready. Tanuki going to find a 3rd. Pokey fighting 2, 3 more as Enzo cleans it up, and wow, Citadel cannot.
Can they get the TP down? Can they get the TP down? Can they get the TP? No.
It's not going to matter.
No. That's.
Oh no.
Oh no, chat. Oh no.
I almost want to like.
Nothing is going well for GZ, man. Nothing.
Kind of feels like this situation.
Nothing
right now.
is going well for
but Ground Zero will refocus back on them. I think they have a good shot here on the third phase. This composition that they're playing, Phoenix specifically should do better. But right now, with how Pokey's playing, you talked about it. I mean, these dives with Enzo have been near perfect, and Tanuki's always there to follow up.
Yeah, this team is still holding on to even ultimates from downtown. Tanuki on Anami. Wow, what a tackle towards the team, but still only finding one so far. Out goes the Psionic Seduction. Will this be the play they need to turn the momentum? Teams will change momentum, find a composition that works, and come right back, and that's what needs to happen, but it does not look like it's going to happen just yet. As
have they won a single team fight?
FMCL
when I was not here?
Because
ever since I sat down, it looks like CTG has never lost a single.
Boy, that's the nail in the coffin right there, Shib. I mean,
they only have one kill. They only have one kill,
chat. You can't trade out Tanuki, who just got one with that last stand. When he falls so low before that Fate of the Worlds arrives, you got to trade that at some point. Yeah. And FMCL with the kidnaps, maybe you can find Pauly. That's big. Let's see if they can continue that momentum. I mean, there's 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and here we go. Taken right out of the sky there. The tackle out last stand there from FMCL. Now numbers up finally here for Ground Zero, who need to find their footing
Hazel,
now.
appreciate the massive new tier 1 sub, my friend.
They've started that, but can they continue it?
Well, at least they've sort of synced up ultimates. At least Maddie, kidnapped, by the way, from FMCL onto Pokey. Huge. Buys them more time. This is exactly what they need to sort of bring themselves back into this.
I just looked at the time bank. They still have 4 minutes, chat.
Building up towards his ult as well. Same thing, you kick King Bob in the last fight. But you have the ultimate. You have Alex, you have Enzo, who have that one-shot combination chip. And so strategy ultimate-wise, they're in a stronger position.
You typically want to try to sit around.
Yo, Dunce Cat Kitty for 3 months. Appreciate it.
Relatively correctly and don't get caught by an ultimate. Sorry, you're going to find Ken there. That's another early start here for Ground Zero. Goodness, Pauly with 3 Enzo. Pokey cleaning up the rest. And they are only holding on with Zen, who cannot for long. 3 minutes and 20 seconds as they press this through.
Can they even touch?
I do not know if they can touch. It may not come through. They're trying to hold. They do. Good way to get there. Duep on the cap, but gets tackled immediately. Out we go with Maddie. Great usage here of Eternal Bond. We're going to see the Terror Cloak to try to put some damage out, but it's not going to do enough here. Tanuki does have that.
Chat, don't say it's been over. They can reverse sweep this.
You don't always need to commit that ultimate through strategists like that. You just play patiently and get a great piece.
Remember when I said they can reverse sweep this?
But does not look like it will be enough. Nami, though, onto Alex.
Still doable.
They maintain point presence here. At this point, it is 2 meters away.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming back into
Still
it.
Still doable, chat. Still doable.
Duep dancing around this objective, gets saved by King Bob.
Look, see, still doable. They're still in it.
Citadel doesn't have a lot to close this out. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. They portal back in as well. Right now, Ground Zero actually put themselves in a decent spot if they don't get picked off.
Stop being quitters, bro.
Or somebody else on Citadel, and Pauly has
It's not over till it's over.
And Alex
it's not over till it's over. Watch, they'll take another 2 minutes off the clock right now.
But Tanuki onto FMCL. This team is just so lights out right now. They're just trying to clean this up. A great hold here, if I'm being honest, by Ground Zero, who are staggering, but that's the best they can do in this moment, and that is going to end it at a roughly 2 minutes additional. Wow.
And what we've seen out of Ground Zero, man, I mean, they've played competitively so well. I think their mechanical skills
Raptor
right?
is lost for 10 months. Appreciate how you doing.
That's really about it. And this is like what I was talking about earlier. You can kind of tell it's
I don't even know what you just said, bro.
When they can't even trade
Corvessa for 100 bits. I appreciate it as well.
Back. I mean, I've been in situations like that where our team is so tilted.
Look at the aura. Look at the aura that he has the thing in his mouth, bro.
When we were losing a practice and stuff, you lose 2-3 maps, you lose on stage. He's like, man, are we even shooting back? Like, what's going on? You know that feeling,
everybody
right?
has that feeling.
Yeah, you played professional video games like 10 years ago, but when that was the same thing, it feels so bad when you're getting, you're in a situation like this. How do you maybe mentally refocus back here? It's a hard
Why you ain't going pro? I'm
gonna
be honest with you, chat. Let's just say even if I was pro and I was playing on stage, I'd probably be.
Think as a team, we need to shake things
I'll probably
up. Let's
be like the worst player. I am so sick, man.
That's the only way to really get your head back in this. And also,
my head is not even in it.
You gotta believe and you gotta be confident, even through these
I'd be
moments.
feeding my fucking brains out.
That you can do it because it is such a momentum-focused game and it is such a mental game, despite what many may think. Positivity, thinking that you have it and being confident is the only way to win. You are never going to win on your heels, and they looked so on their heels there.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see this team continue on in this scene regardless of Ground Zero, what happens today. We'll have to see how the match kind of plays out, but right now Citadel.
Jay, why no progress on the drops? Have you connected your account to Marvel Rivals?
Switching over to something for Ground Zero. I mean, Triple Strategist is available with Mantis. That's something that can be played. Same thing for Citadel because none of those heroes were banned. But both teams maybe not prioritizing the triple res on a map like Symbiotic Surface, considering maybe it's too long range to set up on your engages.
Agreed. I almost saw a tackle there. It was a pretty good idea there from Tanuki onto the backside.
I'm not going to get some spicy Chinese food though, chat, because if I get my stomach does not do well with spicy, so that would be another problem. Then I would need to find where the bathroom's at.
Onto Enzo now, and that is a good pick to start this up for Ground Zero, who are on the magic again for FMCL. Haven't found a ton of value yet. We want to see something here. Pokey onto Zen Starry, and that is a Vanguard, puts them a little more vulnerable. Magic is a pseudo tank, does have those iframes, but you'll find a lot more of those folks using the right click after dash than the left. See right there, a ton of damage as it does find Alex. Tanuki though back on FMCL, and good idea from FMCL, but did not pan out.
Where was Starry in that fight, or Zen Starry in that fight? I mean, not going for the dive with the Magic there. They're going to lose people like slowly. I mean, they already lost King Bob. Okay, get rid of Ken at least, so maybe they're bringing themselves back into it. But both strategists are gone. This is going to be an absolute brawl of a fight.
But Spicy's food can clear the nose. Chat.
So, you know,
as much as I would love to clear my nose, I also don't want to have like another problem on top of my hands. That's like fixing one problem but having another one.
Back and forth off these starting fights. Pokey not finding ton of value there is good. Yes, as the stun comes out. Good kick there from Duep, who's finding Pokey. Duep now on the Emma. Enzo going to be on that Strange, holding on as we do have ult ready for Nami here. And then Zen Starry, which does go out with that feast, gets matched right back there by the Eternal Bond. Team going to stay healthy, progressing forward. Enzo going to find Maddie, though. I don't know how they come back through this as Ken takes out King
CTG actually came back and won this fight. There's no way GZ wins this. Nah, I personally think GZ is checked out. They're checked out, chat.
Pokey finds FMCL once more, and at this point, ground zero.
You're already down 2-0, bro. They capped with 2 minutes remaining. You only have 2 minutes to even cap first point. Bro, it's not looking good.
I mean, they have both strategist ultimates. They should be in a position to win, right? Depending on if Enzo blocks off the Luna Snow heals with his Zayabagamoto and stuff, there could be something crazy that happens there. But Citadel should be behind in this upcoming fight. However, ground zero have kind of shown that they have been struggling. And Tanuki again with the kidnap, and they already picked off FMCL, man.
Jeez, see, I don't know.
They're doing dumb mistakes now. See?
I just think it's difficult on off angling, especially against a team this strong.
They're doing dumb mistakes.
Polly trying to do the same up to Nami. We have Tanuki now, who does use that damage reduction, pressing forward. Ayabagamoto gets shut down there on Enzo. Good stop. As they do manage to find.
Oh, wait a minute. Like I said, chat in the beginning, it's never over till it's over. Told you guys. Stop being doomers.
They will get point one.
And ground zero is showing flashes. I mean, FMCL. Black Panther, Magic in his tool belt. You can see that he loves to play this hero. I don't think Magic is necessarily as bad as people say. I just feel like when we watch Zen Starry, FMCL, and Nami at points.
Jay, if the teams are eliminated, or are they allowed to stay, or do they need to go? I'm pretty sure they stay to the end of the tournament. Because it doesn't. How are they supposed to know if you get kicked out in the tournament early or not?
Two characters that rely so much on burst. Once those cooldowns are gone, once one hero is gone and removed out of the fight, it's going to be hard to sort of set up dives.
Oh, wow, Enzo onto King Bob. Great idea there, and utilizing that jump to find the immediate slam onto the back line, getting a pick on the strategist. I don't know.
It's kind of weird, man. He was just like already on the high ground, and they didn't have the positioning, unfortunately, in their favor, and Enzo capitalized.
Yeah, a lot of teams over the last season were taking that high ground, but it's different because there was a lot more. I mean, in the composition, there was more poke. This is more.
Gotta play to live, right?
Yeah. This is more of a brawly with a little bit of poke from Nami comp for ground zero. So I guess that's why they didn't take the height. But I do think the height is such a good position there.
Are these team NA or EU?
Instead of just leaving a strategist on
CTG is the #1 seed of EU, and GZ is the #1 seed of Oceania.
That should be 2 here. Pokey very clean, but FMCL with 2-piece here on the Magic. Can we see more? Zen Starry gonna find 1, and they might win this as Nami's gonna get rid of that shield from Enzo. It's a great counter to the Feast of the Abyss as well. Remember, all shields, when you use that Phoenix Ultimate, that Endsong Inferno, get deleted
in the grand finals, the $1 million tournament, chat, it's going to be 4 teams from each region.
Shout out to the Magic Maze.
I mean, they're coming online, man.
So there's going to be 4 Oceania teams.
And I think it's easy
4
to
China teams, 4 Asia teams, 4 EU teams, 4 NA teams.
Easy to blame
That's going to be insane.
But sometimes you're not set up in positions to save your strategist, and it's all about just trying to live. Right now, round zero, keeping the pressure on, making
the
sure
$1 million tournament's, I think, in November.
Enzo trying to bide some time. 800 HP does go up with that over health. Gonna reset now. Zen Starry, out we go.
We're not in a classroom, we're in a meeting room.
The both worlds spinning is Tanuki, who is trying to get that all quickly, and that's what Star-Lord does. It's all about that spin to win, and then popping the legend very low. Down goes King Bob. Good play here by Pokey. Enzo on the Duep, and they are walking this now. A minute 20 on at this point. Just hold on to those ultimates, as Maddie had to commit there. King Bob will be close. Zen Starry and FMCL in the next fight, so that could be in their favor. Zen Starry finds one though, but it's not going to last long. At this point, you need to either get back and reset.
Is that a lactic legend?
It was. It is. That's a little bit of an overcommitment, in my opinion. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, overcommitment for sure. 1 minute left to go. For Citadel right now, they're just setting up perfectly for these dives. It's
Jesus, that cough, it was nice knowing you, Uncle. You should have heard it this morning. It was worse.
Potentially one-shot a strategist here before they can even build ults because Alex doesn't have his. Ken has to use the Eternal Bond, and it's not damn time.
Wow, I think this is the first Magic that we've seen as well. They're making Magic work.
Ken is successful. Built a little bit different. You can't do that with Magic as a 4. Make that 5. FMCL popping off here and showcasing why Magic very much can be played
that guy's goated
at this level of play against an incredible team.
Any hero is good.
That
man.
guy-
Any
that guy's
hero is
insane.
good if you want to make
That
it
guy's
work,
a
right?
really
No
good
matter
fucking
who
player.
it is, except I guess you could say Thor, but even then, there's some heroes that like Magic that are just not talked about enough. Like you mentioned, third phase of the map, though, I like the switch to Wolverine. We saw how good Magic is in the second phase because you have places to dive, you have angles to take. Right now in FMCL, he has to sort of slow it down for Ground Zero on the third phase of the map. We'll see if he does.
Yeah, Magic, folks, for those who don't know, during a strategist ultimate, if you hold your right click to max charge, FMCL finding Enzo. We'll return to that in a minute. Can we see some more picks onto Alex now? We see more, yes! Down goes Ken.
Wait.
And the
Why weren't they
momentum is
playing
shifting,
like
folks.
this the
Ground
whole
Zero
fucking
does
tournament?
not
They're
want
like
this to
locked
end,
in right
and they are
now.
gonna find
What the
another
fuck?
as they walk forward.
See,
But
chat,
for
I
those who
told
don't
you
know
it's
Magic,
not
the
over
right click,
till
you
it's over.
charge up, use your dash, and you can actually frame perfect both connections of those
I think
abilities at the same time to
FMCL is
insta-KO
hard
a backline
carrying
mid-ultimate. It is difficult to do, but we saw it
That
right
guy's
there
a really good player.
against the fate of both worlds. Big shout out there to FMCL, showcasing what Magic can do. Polly on the height. This is how you need to use Emma's ultimate on height, forcing eyes upward. Shields go up. It helps your team. So good play there as they're walking forward. Duep gonna potentially get the backline walking, just barely missed them there. As we will see some ults back in their favor. Polly gonna escape. Nami Duep. This could be a 3-3 as we go into OT. FMCL onto Pokey, and they are walking now. But
No
this
way.
is a huge ultimate off point. Yeah, I think just to stay on at this point, they are.
Okay,
in
wait,
the
they're coming back. Yeah, Tanuki.
with two onto both strategists. They've got to play patient and slow here and just wait it out, get those strats back, and they are. Alex now is going to have that ultimate 30 seconds on the clock. This retake by Citadel would be wild. Alex onto Nami, Pokey onto FMCL,
There's no way,
and
chat.
that is a great patient play, even through the strategist line fall.
Chip, you always talk about a Feast of Abyss, by the way, from it. They're trying to get elimination. Probably going to get picked off here.
Wait,
unless
did he
run
just
away
get his
quickly,
Venom
slow down.
ult?
He's out of there. But
Did
Chip,
he
you always
just
talk
get his
about
Venom
how
ult
these
canceled, or
fights, you know,
did he use it?
You clutch up as long as you have Wolverine, who is sort of a pseudo tank, and right now last fight territory for Ground Zero.
Yeah, I think Wolverine does a great job of that, and also just the strength of that ultimate, that last stand, just to pull off strats. Tanuki.
No, this is bad. Actually, him dying first, but he does have ult. Him dying first means, yeah, he can TP now.
Zero on the clock now. It's all about maintaining position.
Or is he going to keep his ult? No, he's not going to keep his ult. He's going to TP.
Onto Alex, and that's a strategist here.
He is keeping his ult. He's not TPing. Wow.
Tanuki now, but Pokey. FMCL, they got to stay
touch
stacked
though.
on that. They are holding. Can they push this forward? It looks like they will.
They won that fight
Enzo is gonna maintain,
5v6.
but not for long, as it looks like
They
Ground
won
Zero
that fight
will push this to
5v6.
point
They
three.
didn't
Call an
even
ambulance,
need their
but
Venom.
not for Ground Zero. At the moment,
did
Citadel
they actually
are
TP
coming
already?
back, or sorry, rather,
I didn't even
Ground
see it.
Zero are coming back. That's exactly what you need to see out of this team right now. Some sort of life.
I didn't even see it. Maybe it was
the last two
because I was
maps did
blowing
not
my
look
nose.
good. Maybe the first round did, like you saw on the first map, but now coming back into it, Ground Zero really regained that momentum, showed that they can get it done, and Citadel. You know, I can't count out Ground Zero too early, I suppose. You know, at the end of the day, these are two professional level teams that made it to the Ignite mid-season tournament. Both are incredibly exciting to watch, and Citadel, they still have 3 minutes on the clock, right? That's going to be the tough part. I want to see how on
I don't
their
want you to get sick, though.
defense,
Take off
in terms
the-
of Ground
take off
Zero,
the lid.
that's
That
there.
coffee's- I mean,
I
it's
want
not
to see how they
coffee,
do,
but
right?
it's
That's
good.
so much time in the clock, and we saw how hard it is. to
How
keep
big is the
backline
bag?
alive.
What, for the first
And that's
place winner?
kind
The
of
first
trend
place winner
we're
is
seeing that-
160K.
I mean, King Bob, just how is he supposed to keep himself alive? It's been so tough unless he has the peel from Nami and their Emma Frost player in Web, who you talked about as being so good. I think this guy is an absolute star to Web.
Yeah, I agree with that. And just shout out quickly, you're right. I think the dive potential there when you've got Pokey going in heavy with Psylocke, and then you also have something like the dive from Enzo, right?
Yeah.
It's a strategist's worst nightmare. It is terrifying, and you hope you can do patty cake enough to stay up.
Exactly. It's so impossible, I think, for strategists in this game. It's so hard. That's why we recommend on here on the broadcast desk, don't be too hard on your strategists because you never know what they're going through.
You can get banned for smurfing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is where it changes.
You can get banned for
Sometimes
smurfing.
you have Tanuki, Enzo, and Pokey diving. It's like,
That's
what
not a
do you
new
do?
thing, Chad.
The best of the best.
What's up, Ribbit?
As we do move forward again, Zenstari going to take this off angle. It looks like Ground Zero not electing to do that portal play. Citadel might choose to do so as they will have enough time to portal back with it if they use it instantaneously off the rip. Remember, it's a 3-minute cooldown, but it is a little tricky to find some time with 8 seconds on if they can get that portal through. It has to be perfect, but here we go. Tanuki now holding on to this angle. Good LOS break. I talk about natural cover, playing around a barrier that cannot be broken, and we find a pick from
wow,
FMCL
they got the
and a
first
Poly,
pick.
and that is the
They
front
actually-
line. That
if
is
they win this,
massive
I'm
for
actually
Ground
be
Zero.
I'm
Can they
gonna be
make a
surprised.
play off that? Will they ride this momentum from their push? It looks like they are. And
Enzo,
Enzo
no.
goes down. Zenstari in the Venom v Venom finds some value. Nami trying to make a chase happen, holding on to that stun, coming very shortly. That'll find a ton of value in that short alleyway, but good positioning here by Pokey. Teleports coming in right now from Poly. Off of that left angle, remember, when you come through this map, you go left.
I think CTG's going to win. That's my prediction.
Though, and at this point, it is a stagger fest. They got to play around the other side of the portal. Good utilization there, using a portal as a wall, so you can try to get to your healers as you're back on your strategist. They are teleporting forward with the Eternal Bond. Excuse me. Teleport back, or excuse me, the last stand back right now. Close. Nami coming in with a end song onto Alex FMTL with a two-piece, and they are going to get point one.
Wow.
Well, this all sort of culminated.
Chat,
when
this is a different game.
To try to get some healing. He thought he was safe. He was in the dagger storm.
This is a different game, chat.
Choke, and he didn't expect that much damage to come through. It was so much pressure from Ground Zero because he got picked. I mean, he's trying to farm Stratus ultimates.
Imagine this is the start of the turnaround.
Oh my God! The dagger storm saving him in the backside, and man, Ground Zero, they are coming back. They might actually win this map.
Yeah, I mean, now the game on defense, which we'll talk about shortly, is just trying to get those ults and wait until they push through first point and just fully commit it there in that hallway if you need to, if you're losing the first point. So there is a pick there from Alex, and that is nice on FMCL's and Star.
Oh, they're even. They're even.
On a Maddie, Duep gets two. Tanuki falls. Enzo is going to find some value, and it looks like a 3v2 as Ground Zero is up in numbers. Oh, make that another as Enzo falls. Pokey on a King Bob. Are you kidding me? How is this still happening? Ground Zero wants to push this. Oh, no.
No support. No strategists here. That's why.
Wait, Pokey?
Oh my, they peeled it off.
I don't know if that's worth.
Maybe not, but they're low. They know that. The strategists have to walk back. They can maybe come through. Here comes the last.
Oh my God!
He's on with a freeze. Still managed to make the touch. Anuki makes that 4.
What a freeze and what a Wolverine ult. Oh my God!
Very close here. King Bob with the dance floor is out now, keeping the team healthy. Can they get back to point? Portal will come through from Nami. They are still pressuring as Enzo finds Maddie and King Bob, and that should do it here. But that is an insane push as the portal flies through, and they are going to fall one by one. Walking now with the Psionic Seduction. When you're in diamond form, it does not happen. Duep goes down, and that should be it. Zenstari not going to last long, but what a push with 0 seconds on their first push. I mean,
that was a really good push for 1 minute, chat.
And I think when we talk about how that happened, the Sonic Seductions from Emma Frost, you've seen it. Both times, first point, Duep had a huge Sonic Seduction. Opened it up for them. That's how they got picks earlier on. And later on in the street space, same thing. It's because Shiv, like you're noticing, I bet. I mean, it's just no shields. There's no shields besides the Emma Frost.
Does anyone know how many days this tournament is going to last for? Tomorrow's the last day.
How good does that feel on Emma Frost to just be able to walk past everybody and just connect onto 4 players?
And that's why Emma feels good in the meta, especially as we're seeing developments onto Groot and Thing. You do have.
Do you get both of the drops at the same time? No, you get one drop before the other.
Tight off angles. Instead, you can just walk right down the center line. I mean, you know what needs to happen here? If I'm on the side of Ground Zero. You need, as a team, to build ultimates together in these next few fights. Do not lose this fight instantly.
Look at the aura. Look at the aura right here.
Build ults, and then all you have to do is 6-stack ult one time, win the fight, and the game is over. That is how you need to play this, and the only way they can falter is if they try to make big plays to separately with those ultimates.
You make a fantastic points, right? Don't make mistakes is what you're saying. And right now, Ground Zero are not making mistakes, so I think they can probably do it. For Citadel, though, I mean, they're a veteran team at this point, right? They have so much experience. There's a few rookies on this team, obviously younger, newer players. A lot of them are with their families.
Yeah, GZ is a very young team, bro. GZ is a very young team. I think their youngest player is 16. And the FMCL guy is 17.
For their fans, if they can close it out 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, I could not agree more. As we do progress forward, the portal play is out. Same play here on the high side in the back, very safe. Whole team is up here to match. They knew it was coming.
Their Strange is also 16. That's
wild. A good look for them, but we do have the Wolverine setting up and trying to find some sort of dash back, pulling back towards the team, find that early pick. Poly just going to start that charge. Good play here. I see Tanuki's idea coming from the backside. Finds one, and that could be huge. Will the pick come through? We'll find out shortly. Looks like they are healed up. Now Enzo standing on the point, very low for the side of Zenstari, who escapes back towards the team. It does not matter if you give up a few ticks right now. It's all about getting all charged. Tanuki, though, onto Duep, and that is going to be a pick. Nami, though, finds Enzo, trading both of the front lines on either side. Numbers evened out. Ult advantage actually on the side of Ground Zero with numbers now, as Tanuki's at 71% for that last stand. Pokey finds Nami, and will this keep happening here? Can Citadel get this early?
Yeah, I mean, he's getting Maddie now. I mean, they're closing it out on this objective. Portal's coming, right? Or at least no, Zenstari had to walk back.
He's still up.
Wait, did he screw up his portal or something? Or
wow.
Because he went down and he tried to portal, right? Surely.
I don't believe he went down.
Okay, there was a portal earlier on, maybe. Okay,
wow.
Regardless, The trade was so worth it. Dwep going down on Emma Frost is so much more important than a Venom going down.
2 minutes, chat. 2 minutes.
Space.
2 minutes to push
Emma Frost
102 meters.
Unfortunately, that was not a great hold there by Ground Zero. We talk about just trying to get that all charge and playing passively, but the picks, everyone got separated and they got distracted there by the Venom, which is exactly what Venom wants, and they fell into that trap. It's all about playing patient and then committing now, but the problem is there was not a lot of commitment on the side of Citadel there, so they are going to match it right back, and Citadel can very well end this right now. They are built different in these moments. They show up at crunch time. Can they do it once more? The tackle goes out, shutting down Maddie a bit there. Alex going to use that ultimate. We see Nami up in the sky. Will it come through and get value? Out we go. Bang. Get rid of those shields. FMCL on a poly. Can they keep this presence up? They're up in numbers. Alter out like crazy here for the side of Citadel. King Bob still has a Dwep with the Psionic now. It's matched right back. Dwep with a few walking. Will they be able to collapse? Looking back towards the
Venom
Wolverine who falls.
is insane.
Can they end this now? We will see. No, Portal will not be up just yet, so they are going to have to touch individually. This is going to be a slow stagger. It looks like Ground Zero.
Oh, shit, chat. Ground Zero. They might actually win this map.
Thought that this timing was ticked down a little bit more.
What's up, Maya Bears? No.
Big last stand could end
I hope
this.
you're having a great day.
Pokey is a rat. This guy is the rattiest player in the entire world. I mean, this guy is perfect at finding strategists when they're least expected. Can he do it again? They find him. They find Pokey, send him back away, removing his cooldowns.
Yeah.
He's going to have only one dash for this upcoming fight.
Yeah, and that's the advantage of all this time, right? They played patiently. They saved Tanukis. Enzo's close. Polly's close. The whole team is going to have this if this is really a fight, unless FMCL and Nami find Polly early. And that is a problem, as Polly did have that Psionic. And the last stand does not go out. Tanuki still finds a tackle on a King Bob. Nami gonna find Pokey. Alex gonna clean up King Bob there. Tanuki trying to run back. It's off. Last stand right back. Down goes Tanuki. FMCL 6 seconds on. The staggering begins. Dwep onto Ken. Here comes the portal now.
Someone has to jump through. Someone has to jump through. Someone has to jump through. Oh, the Psylocke did.
Do get the touch here. Down goes Enzo. Alex too.
Oh
this
shit, chat. I think
GZ
wins
Citadel,
this.
who just kind of fell apart on the defense, but looked really good on attack. Dwep is gonna find Tanuki now. It's a stagger fest hold.
I think GZ wins this.
Starry waiting this out, looking for cooldowns. Bang! That is gonna land onto Ken, and they are the Eye of Agamotto by Zed Starry. FMCL cleans up Nami onto Enzo, and that is a hold. We are going to another map.
Chip, I might have cast a cursed Citadel so hard. I mean, talking about how we're going to their funeral.
That was
black.
Holy
I deserve. If I check social media and I'm seeing all of the crap about me after that one, I would not blame Australia in the slightest.
That was insane.
That comeback was
that
huge.
was
And you talked
insane.
about
The
how
fact
they were just able to kind of come and refocus, right?
Bro,
Getting
the
right
fact
picks, the
that
right
Citadel
time. You saw
rolled
the
that
Emma
team
Frost
so
pop up
hard,
on Dwep. I mean, that
but-
man's a star. Same thing
but
with
GZ
FMCL.
came
The
back
backline
and fucking
alive.
won that round.
I mean,
That-
right
no,
now,
that's
I don't know,
crazy,
do you think
chat.
Citadel, because they're so young, because a lot of their players, I mean, they have a few champions on their roster, but some are still sort of
That
learning.
is- that
We
is
saw towards
fucking
the very end,
insane.
Pauly,
The fact that
unfortunately,
I
going
thought
down,
that
was
team
sort
was
of the
checked
catalyst
out,
for them
bro.
losing.
Yeah, I'm with you with Ultimate too, right? Psionic, at that point, you know you had just forced them to commit a ton. It is all about you staying
I think
up
they
in that
full
moment.
capped
It's
with
a tough
2
look.
minutes
It is
and
a
8
mistake that
seconds,
is
or 2
made
minutes
in
and 7
passing,
seconds.
especially when you have a Wolverine
The other
in
team
this
capped in
sort of
overtime,
space.
so
So issues there.
the team
there's
gets a minute,
just
and then
tough
since
look
they
to
get a minute,
have
the
that
other
happen
team
to
gets
you
an
in that
extra
moment.
minute.
But the real problem is how far that the attack happened on the OT. I don't blame the defense. I think they still held, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't blame the defense of Citadel, or excuse me, the attack of Ground Zero. Excuse me.
Ground Zero.
Yo,
Yeah,
what's up,
exactly.
TTK sis? How you doing? How you doing?
At that point, like, you just can't allow that.
Does the winner go to the finals? I can't find a bracket. Exclamation mark tournament.
Like, that is the real issue there.
The winner, this is the lower bracket finals. So if you lose, you go home, basically.
It's not a
So they are
right there.
basically trying to win to keep their tournament run
And I'm the hot take
going.
over here on the desk. And right now,
I'm good. How about you?
this could
I'm still
start
sick.
Their reverse sweep that could ignite
I
the fire,
appreciate it.
just like we are ignited here in Marvel Rivals Ignite.
Excited to see your
mid-season
brother?
in Guangzhou, China, for 500K. It's not a little amount of money on the line.
No.
Right? For especially for Australia. I mean, listen, as a country with a better,
What do you mean, I
than
guess?
Australia, that's
Your
a
brother's
lot of
playing in
money.
a tournament on
That's all I'm
stage. You
saying.
should be
Down
happy.
I love Australians.
I
think there's so
guess.
many fantastic players. That's why if we see Ground Zero,
It's the final tomorrow.
win right
Tomorrow
now,
is the grand finals,
that would
yes,
be the
and the $1 million
craziest
tournament is going to be in
of the whole
November.
tournament. We
So
know
it has
behind
4
the
different
scenes they're a good
stages,
team.
chat. There's 4 different
Everybody's
stages.
talking about how Ground Zero, you don't want to underestimate them, and we're finding
So
out
there was
exactly
the
why
bracket.
Citadel
There was
is
like
one
the
of
bracket
favorites to
stuff
win
that I
the
was
entire
watching at my
tournament,
home.
and they just took a map and started this potential reverse.
That I was doing
Yeah,
long
and the
streams
funny
for.
thing
It was
is,
like
I don't
NA versus
believe there's ever been a
NA
reverse
against
sweep,
each
at
other,
least
then
in this
EU
tournament
against
so
each
far,
other,
after the
then all that
second
stuff.
game that has not fully
Then there's the
committed through,
mid-season
which is a
finals, which
crazy
is
thing to
now.
say. If the
Then there's going to be
started
another
after they
bracket
got
that
their
we're probably
second
going to
win, they
watch
always went to the
between
team that
now
had that
and
sweep. So
November,
talk about
and then in
that momentum,
November
it could
there's
not
going to be
showcased
another
more than
tournament.
that statement right there. There has never been a denial of the sweep once it has begun after 2, of course, right? So they need to show up right now or they have to beat the odds.
And I'll say it right now.
Dang, Jay, you still have to work and be live and talk all your sick. Emily's here to help me. She's been doing absolutely phenomenal.
Of course, apple juice, maybe something like that. But we will.
Emily's taking care of me, and I'm gonna be honest with you.
That last part really got me.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The staff here at NetEase, you know, as soon as I started getting sick, I told them, and they got me medicine. My throat started hurting, and like, you know, they got me hot tea and like medicine for that as well. Like, everyone is so nice here. Yeah. Everyone is so nice here. Yeah, it feels like I'm not. It feels like I'm part of the family. You said too much throating? Yeah, like I had too much stuff in my throat. You know what?
FMCL MVP as well. I mean, this whole team, I think, is firing on all cylinders, and I don't think there's a single weak link at the current moment.
Yeah, I agree. I think I almost want to say that about Citadel, just like they crumbled there, right? On their defense.
I've been trying to get rid of Jay. Wait, what? I think Emily's trying to like finish me off. Emily's trying to get me sick and, you know, to finish me off so she can have Bubba all by herself. But you know what? Bubba is mine.
They just kept walking from then on. His team started overcommitting, and that is the issue. As we look here now, the push here from Citadel was flawless. It was
I don't know if China has Dayquil or NyQuil. They probably have their own remedies and stuff.
For ground zero. Yeah. Right. They need that next map. You're maybe starting to spark.
Yeah.
So right now the flames
I gotta blow my nose, chat.
Burning, right? You might have poured some water on them a little bit, brought it down, but the momentum is still in favor of Citadel just based on what happened the first two maps. Now, if ground zero were to win this next map, I mean, that's huge. We saw reverse sweeps already. Yeah. And I think because we're on this lane environment, right, you have to assume that the reverse sweep is even more on the line.
I'm home after a week of traveling. Damn, welcome home, welcome home. Doesn't Bubba hang out with Emily more now? No. What got you sick? One of the players. Probably. Everyone hugging, seeing each other, high-fiving, you know.
No, you're good. Keep talking about, man. I mean, like, there were some phenomenal Magic plays worth pointing out. So many Magic mains not thinking their hero's that good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just...
I got sick in El Salvador, and you get way better medicine outside the States. Yeah, you know... Yeah. That's what happens the last time you went to a LAN? No, the last time I went to a LAN was with Emily. We went to, oh, we went to DreamHack. I didn't get sick. And also, we went to Stockholm. I didn't get sick. Yeah.
That's a great call there. I mean, I do think they looked the attack right consistently there for the side of
also, one of the comps that we were seeing this weekend, they all seem so random. There's a lot of different comps that you can run. No, the BlizzCon hasn't happened in a while. I think there's going to be a BlizzCon next year though. But yeah, it's just I just got to get used to it. It's like when you travel to when you travel to another country, you just got to get used to it. Is it a little surreal that an unconventional career has you in China chilling? If you told me a long time ago that I would be traveling to different countries for gaming, I would probably think you're crazy. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, you gotta follow your dreams, chat. You gotta follow your dreams. Hey, to be honest with you, I was like a few days away. I got my AA chat in college, and I was a few days away from transferring to another school to complete my nursing degree. But like, in those like 3 or 4 days, I think it was a weekend. It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. My dad's like, "Hey, go do school, do your entrance, do your entrance exam." I was like, "Give me 1 weekend. Give me 1 week. That 1 week, you know, changed the whole life." Jay, is it surreal you're in China with a Chinese girlfriend, but she's from America? You're from America? Since when? Oh my god, that thing? Is that the dance you were talking about? The guy that was doing that? Oh, dang, only one match happened since I was gone? Yeah. Come to Canada, not for any gaming purposes. It's just nice place to vacation to. I do want to take Emily to go see, like, Banff. I think that was... That was one of our spots that we want to go to. Also, I do want to go see. I don't think it's a good place to live because I heard like it's very, very expensive. But I really do want to go see. What's the place on the West Coast? It's not Seattle. It's like right above Seattle. Vancouver, yeah, Vancouver. Vancouver seems very beautiful. Like, isn't like Vancouver like the city is here, then all around Vancouver is basically like mountains and everything. It looks beautiful. Yeah. Vancouver, that's where I live. I feel like, yeah. I don't think I've experienced. Emily and I will go experience Canada one of these days. Talk more about your life and how it all changed. Passion, interest, nursing. I mean, it just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was gonna be nursing, and then I just started playing. I got picked up by a team, and I just started streaming a little bit more. And then that, yeah. You know what actually really did help? It really did help living in my dad's house for a majority of the time because, like, I don't have to pay rent. I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay anything. Like, so it was nice. So my dad helped me a lot there. I gotta blow my nose, chat. Give me a second. Sorry. I hate being sick, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
We're not here to take part. We're here to take over.
Oh, have you ever considered playing Elden Ring on stream? I have played Elden Ring on stream. It's actually on my second YouTube channel, probably. If you search up Jay3 Elden Ring, I'm sure you're gonna find a video. It's on it. I have it. I played it. We beat it, but we didn't play. We didn't beat the DLC. Oh, Black Myth Wukong sounds pretty cool as well. Oh, Exiled Beauty wants to be our tour guide if we go to Vancouver. Wait, J3, I know you're a big B-baller guy. You ever slam some golf balls? What? Are you asking me if I ever played golf? J3, have you thought about visiting Bulgaria? It's where all the Bulgarians are from. You learn something new every day. You know, golf is actually, I don't really like golf, but Topgolf is fun. Topgolf is fun. Do you wanna take over real quick? Yeah, okay, Emily's gonna talk to you guys real quick. I'm gonna probably blow my nose and do what I need to do. No, I don't have to poop, surprisingly. Oh shit, I gotta go pee quick.
What a battle so far.
What a battle indeed, man. I mean, I'm excited to see this next map. I think that's what we talked about a little bit.
That's my
This team's good. Ground Zero can't be underestimated at the moment. Australia and OC in general, right? They have a mixed roster, obviously, from other nationalities and stuff. Yeah. But man, this team is they still have that fire, and they still want to win. And obviously on stage, I mean, hero band wise, they're doing pretty solid, right?
Yeah, I like what they're doing as well. But you know, like I said, I think everything will make more sense to me if I see this happen again. I think it was.
No, I'm fine.
I don't know. I can't decide if this was a win here for Ground Zero or if Citadel just made mistakes. That's where kind of I'm at right now, and I think. And no disrespect to Ground Zero, I think
Jay definitely better than Tim at golf.
Yeah, and you know what? Wolverine might be part of the discussion, right? Do you think that
I think it would actually be really. Oh wait, where did my mic go? I think it'd be funny to see Jay and Tim do something IRL. Actually, I'm gonna go ask if they considered inviting Tim to one of these LAN events, or if Tim even wants to go to China, because I feel like, you know, if Jay had like another buddy also with Unk energy, he might have a little more energy right now. You know, the Unks feed off of each other.
Looking forward to how that changes, or if it changes.
Bulgaria, we actually have a friend of the stream, Jasmine, who's Bulgarian. She's never asked us to visit, though. He does not have the Wuhan virus. Come on now. Emily here to interpret. Actually, I'm just here to take care of Jay. I thought I wasn't going to be too useful, but I've been taking care of him night and day. Oh, Jasmine's here! Jasmine!
I think that's can't be understated, but it's a matter of how much better can you play than everybody else, right? At home, in general, like I think that there's so many good players that can play online, right? If you're playing on your couch, if you're playing naked or something like that in your boxers.
Blade is good, but a lot of you idiots aren't using him right. Well, he just came out.
Exactly, but when you're on stage, the nerves will get to you. It happens, right? Yeah. There were times I talked to a sports psychologist because we had a sports psychologist from the team I played for.
You're Hungarian. I've heard amazing things about Hungary. Someone said that Hungary makes really yummy desserts or something like that. Visit Colorado. It's amazing for real. Oh, I love Colorado. I've only been to Aspen and been in Denver for like a short time. Next time you should stock up on vitamins when visiting another country. Yeah, he's never had any issues. And look, this guy works out every day. He's very healthy. We put that kid on a diet. I really didn't think this was going to happen. We stocked up on a lot of painkillers and antibiotics. I did not think that Jay was going to be taken down by the common cold.
Sometimes she worries about her son.
The same cloth,
yeah, she's like sometimes I worry that doesn't show enough emotion. So I want to see how they do and react. And a lot of respect for both teams. Black Panthers, Phoenix locked again for ground zero. And we saw that Nami on Phoenix was the counter to Citadel.
These breaks are longer than the matches. We've told them that they know. Production knows that it's a bit long. I also know that for other esports events, usually they plan for these long breaks because sometimes I don't know what the players need to adjust. I've never played competitively, but it would be nice though if like the casters played games with each other or something, or what broadcast will sometimes shows like, here are the top 5 portal fails. Or like the best Jeff swallows, and they'll just show replays of like the previous matches. So yeah, I think this, I understand how people would lose interest because we all have really short attention spans. Thank you, Master Buyers.
Yeah, and I got to shout out the coach Sala. I do think that was a good ban.
Germany makes the best chocolate? Really? I would have thought Switzerland. Switzerland's famous for their chocolate.
Do you want to ban specific heroes, or do you want to ban the strong heroes and maybe get a more versatile ban? It makes sense to ban specific heroes, but then you leave stuff open. Okay, so yeah. It's sort of a matter how it depends. It's teams.
Taking down's a bit much. He's beat up, but he's still in the ring. Yeah, I am really proud of you. He's still kicking. Wait. Oh yeah, the match is starting. Let me.
In hindsight, everything is going to matter in terms of that hindsight. 2020 vision.
Oh, and they are trying to cancel the portal there, and I do think that was a beautiful play, trying to find a way to shut that down. Nobody going to get caught there by the portal capture. You used that early on, and you rotate. He walked it all the way there while they were trying to find a portal kidnap on someone to find out the whole team was waiting. So very patient, but Zenstari, the very smart decision was Zenstari took off.
No, Jasmine, it's just my predictions for the matches today.
They did get over half the point.
Yeah, hi Jay3, first-time viewer, long-time commentator. When are you coming to the United States? Hey, whenever whenever you guys invite me.
They do matter, especially in presence on point. Enzo gonna find Maddie here. And
the second photo that you sent your mom, I look like a chipmunk.
Polly with a second onto King Bob. Citadel said they took that personally, and that is gonna be a teen wipe. Is
there any more?
Well.
How did you get those?
Tough. That was a good dive again, and this is the tough part about getting Pokey and Polly, their signature duo of that Psylocke and the Emma Frost. And Pokey with the team up, obviously.
Do I have any like good solo ones?
Back line, swapping over to full peel now as FMCL is going to the Bucky, and while I do like it, I wonder how.
Wait,
how
where does Jay live?
Citadel,
I live in
right?
Florida.
Ground Zero sort of
He was
adapt to
memeing.
this because for Citadel, if Pokey doesn't go down, if Enzo doesn't get picked, they're in a solid spot. But there's a pick early on FMCL.
I'm a 305.
And we begin
Miami
once more.
worldwide.
Keep that damage out. Tanuki with the two-piece, and that's
Wolverine. No, Semper.
This through in lockdown for FMCL. And
usually when there's a tournament going on, chat, to not F over the players, they are not going to drop a patch right in the middle of a tournament. It makes no sense.
Wrong, but if you're already playing front-to-back anyways, why not play like a... Because Magneto's not banned, right? Or did Magneto... No, Cap got banned, right? For... No, Ground Zero didn't have Magneto banned.
No Vanguard's banned at all for Ground Zero
so
right
you
now.
Gotta, I don't know, man,
that's like teams are practicing with a specific, you know,
we'll see how this gonna happen.
meta and a specific, what do you call it?
Here with damage boost, that might be the play here. Where that Feast of the Abyss, will it find value as we do have FMCL actually back on
specific
that
like changes and whatnot, and you're just going to change it in the middle of the tournament? Yeah,
the entirety of Citadel almost holding on to ultimate here. Enzo trying to commit there, did have that over health. Up we go here with Nami, just waiting. Did get caught actually by the map, so very low to the ground. Difficult.
No, Jasmine, that's mean. Teams are practicing, and then you just flip it on them. Nah.
Pulling the entire team in. FMCL tries to collapse back, count to 12, and wait out that all, but unfortunately did not wait long.
Is it very okay, chat? Is this very mean to say that I think GZ got very lucky last game, and they shouldn't have won? It should be technically a 3-0, because the way that this game is going, it looks like it's a massacre. Like they're just prolonging their death.
There, and you can see that stagger is huge, 95% of the board, no portal play too, so they're going to touch without Maddie.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was a dominant performance. Citadel is insane. Yeah, they can't even get there.
Oh, no.
Ground Zero, they didn't look like themselves. I think. Maybe
I mean, don't get me wrong. Last match was insane.
Momentum, bro. Like that's really what it is. Like,
yeah, Dragon Guy, I got you. Yeah.
If you play Bucky, if you play Phoenix, it's very obvious what you're going to do. You're just going to walk up as a unit.
All good, Jay. Stay hydrated. Your wits will come back. Oh, bro, I've been drinking so much fluid.
In general,
I have never. I've never peed so much in my life.
Play that style. I don't know if it would work. And Ground Zero did better when they were trying to find the other backlines, because what are they supposed to do? Ground Zero sends Zenstari in onto a backline that is pocketing each other from Ken and Alex, who has Grains because he's on Loki now, because that got through in the ban phase. Man, they got really messed up in this hero ban phase right now, because they're trying
favorite
the
beer
things with Zenstari onto Venom. It just doesn't add to the
I like Blue Moon with Raporo. Those are really good.
Trying to be more proactive on diving this backline, because that could enable them here.
Yeah, and we saw this, like the absolute seriousness of that team. Even after taking that map 100-0, they do not take that lightly, that loss in the last map, and they are looking clean. You saw Sala on the back line walking through the back of the team there, walking behind them and keeping them in line and focused, and they were locked in, and they know the job's not done just yet as the portal comes out here for Citadel.
Well, if Citadel win this, I think it's because of the fact they got Loki through. We talked about that before.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I could respect that, actually. I think that's not a bad call.
1-3? I think you might be right, yeah.
Loki going to find a web here, and that's instant, man, and that is a difficult look, especially after getting 100-0. You needed to change the momentum. Tanuki going to find Zenstari, and Ground Zero are crumbling as Polly takes out Nami. Pokey with a triple, and that is clean play here by Citadel, who have just been on a rampage since taking that L.
Downloaded, man, Citadel.
Yo, Tokido, bro. I'm sorry to say this, but it ain't looking good, homie.
But the problem is their backline keeps getting dove by Citadel. They're so consistent with it. Enzo's
obviously it ain't looking good, homie.
As well.
And we begin another fight, Ground Zero, with 3 ultimates ready. A little bit of an ult advantage here, but Tanuki very close, and Polly as well.
Did you end up meeting Pokey? Yeah, we said hi, but we haven't had a conversation. I'm not trying to have a conversation with people, chat, or like talk to them a lot, because I am sick. I'm not trying to get like the players sick, even though they got me sick.
Tanuki gonna clean up a 5th.
Tanuki and Pokey though are really good, you know, duo DPS lineup though. They're really good.
Absolutely. And Zenstari's now go over to Dr. Strange, the point we brought up earlier. I just don't think Venom added much to the comp. Now he's over to this. But the problem is, I feel like
Who do
Citadel.
you die with Venom right here? You know what I mean? Like,
and exactly. But the problem is Tanuki's on Wolverine, like we talked about. At least Magneto can help with that. At least maybe playing Invisible Woman could also help with that. They don't have any real counters to what Citadel's doing with Tanuki on this Wolverine.
yeah, that's a really good call out there. As we do have the switch exactly as you had requested on map 1, just a little bit too late. So. Good call out there, Coach. And we're back on the point. Out goes the eye. It does not get frozen, but Enzo maintaining that height right now. Alex going to find FMCL. Paulie going to try to get the kick in, and we land here with the Unsung Inferno. Does not manage to do much, even through the damage boost. And FMCL's holding out King Bob, still bringing that dance floor out.
And the strategist of Citadel, Ivan comes out from Enzo on the back line with the damage boost. Is they're going to find
FMCL has been like a really fun player to watch though from this team.
And back and forth we go. We see this, dance of the Cutterfly. Pokey just always seems to get one through that duet on a Pokey now. Enzo on a King, but FMCL gets a 2-piece on the Psylocke.
Yeah, FMCL is a really good player.
Enzo cleans that up though. It says not in my house, as they are going to win this match.
Uh-oh, chat.
Shut this down, Citadel.
Uh-oh, chat. It looks like a GG's, bro. Emily was right. 3-1 CTG.
King Bob comes through, gets tackled off instantaneously. The rest of the team collapses through. Out goes the last stand on the opposition to Nuki. And Nami now fights too, but Enzo says, I want this to end. Pokey is on that same train, chasing down FMCL, who will have the touch. Remember, folks, we are milliseconds away. It's all about maintaining position now. Cap from Duweb just holding, but it is only a matter of time as they are falling now, and Citadel is popping off, and they take this win and progress forward.
Citadel 3-1 over Ground
Damn,
Zero.
bro,
Wow.
damn.
With that win.
You know,
And I think it wasn't as dominant with getting a 3-0.
they were the only team from Oceania. I think they went far. They did well. They did well. But hey, CTG is fucking doing so well.
And figuring out what the other team can and cannot play. I think that was a fantastic.
They are doing so well, bro. CTG is from Brazil, right? And CTG? No, CTG is the #1 EMEA seed. EMEA is Europe, Middle East, and EMEA in Africa.